my 10 champion kids, my all champions. How are you all? Welcome in this Marathon series for you guys. So first let me know I'm completely audible and I'm clearly visible to you everyone. Just give me a thumbs up as you all can hear my voice clearly. My voice is reaching to you and I'm completely visible to you everyone. I'm waiting for your response so that we can start our Marathon series. Wow. And this video, this live session is going to be game changer for you everyone, because we'll be covering each and every chapter from chapter number 1 to chapter number 14, means from real numbers to probability. So this video, this session is going to be complete package for you everyone. So stay connected in this session and your confidence will be built up in every subject. Whatever the doubts you're still having, each and every doubts will be vanished away. So just give me confirmation as you all can hear my voice so that I can start this session. Wow everyone, welcome everyone in this series Marathon complete mathematics series for you guys. Welcome everyone on your favorite channel, favorite platform, Deeksha, Vedantu. Yes, we are dedicatedly working for you guys for your exam, for your board 2026 exam, and we all faculty members on this channel are putting our 100% effort for you guys so that you can get complete advantage from this channel and you can perform good in your upcoming exam, either in pre-board exams as well as in your board exam 2026. So let's begin the session. Okay, so as you all know, your first chapter is real numbers. So in this Marathon series we will start from real numbers. That is very first chapter. So in real numbers, what we will discussing, what we will talk about. So in real numbers we will talk about these points here. Look at the points. First, fundamental theorem of arithmetic, which is called FTA. Finding HCF and LCM using prime factorization method, relationship between HCF and LCM, okay, yes, and prime and co-prime numbers, proving irrationality, and last is questions. We'll do questions also, question answers, okay, and PYQs, including PYQs and most expected question of real numbers. So I've already told you and I'm assuring you this video, this session will be very important for you guys. So stay connected, stay in live session and go through the video, watch the video complete end. Okay, so let's begin. So in real numbers, so first point is finding HCF and LCM using prime factorization method, relationship between HCF and LCM. So let me tell you this point here first. What is this point? This. So basically the first point is, my dear champ, what happened? Let me select the color of pen here. Okay, so the first point is fundamental theory of arithmetic. So basically, my dear champions, in this fundamental theory of arithmetic, theorem of arithmetic, we'll talk about how to find the LCM and HCF between the numbers. What is the relationship between the numbers? If I talk about, I have 12, right, and I have 36 here, right? There are two numbers, 12 and 36. And if I ask you, what is the relationship between these two numbers? So if I directly ask you, what is the relationship between these two numbers? So 36 is, thrice of 12. 36 is the 3 times of 12. Simply we can see. But if I ask you, what is the HCF and LCM between these numbers? What are the HCF and LCM? So to find the LCM and HCF, we generally use fundamental theory of arithmetic. And fundamental theory of arithmetic says that any number is the product of their factors. If I talk about 12, so 12, we can write 12 as 1 into 2 into 3 into what? Again, I can write here like this, 1 into 2 to power into 3, no number will be there, and look, 2 to power 4 is 4 here, and this is 3. And look what number we are getting, 12 we are getting. Similarly, if I talk about 36, so 36 can be written as what? 2 into, what will be there? We can write 2 into what? 3. We can write a 3 square, and we can put here 3 is 1, 9, and we can put a 2 here. So look, 3 square is equals to 9 and 2 square equals to 4. So 9 into 4 will be 36. So 36 can be represented in this form, in their factor, in the product of their factor, and this is called what? Fundamental theorem of arithmetic. Any number can be represented in the product of their factors. right? If I talk about 6, so 6 can be written as 2 into 3. The power is 1 and 1. If we talk about 20, so 20 can be written as what? 2 to power 2 into 5. 2 to the 4. 4 into 5, that is equals to 20. So first theorem, first line is nothing. First line says that any number can be represented in the form of the product of their factors. Right, this 6 can be divided by 2 and 6 can be divided by 3. This 20 can be divided by 2 and 20 can be divided by 5. And 20 can also be divided by 4 because 2 to power 4 is basically equals to 4. Are you getting my point? Are you getting my... So this is basically the fundamental theory of arithmetic. Now the second point is finding LCM and HCF using prime factorization method. This is called prime factorization. If I write any number in the form of product of their factors like this, so this is called prime factorization method. This is called factorization method, and these all are prime numbers. So what is first theorem? First theorem says that any number is the product of their prime numbers. Prime numbers. If I talk about 2 and 3, 2 and 3 itself is a prime number because the division, because 2 can be divided by 1 and 2 can be divided by itself. 3 is what? 3 can be divided by 3 and 3 can be divided by 1. So this is basically FTA. Now come to second point, and to explain the second point, I have brought up separate slide here so that I can give you complete explanation of HCM and LCM, because in board examination, in your upcoming exam, in your pre-board exam, you will get, most probably you will get the question based on HCF and LCM. So now talk about HCF and LCM. So let me tell you first, what is HCF, my dear kids? What is HCF? So basically HCF is highest common factor, right? And what is LCM? LCM is least common multiple. Least common multiple. Do you know the difference between factor and multiple? What is the difference between factor and multiple? Let me give you the complete theory of these two terms. Complete information about these 2 points, factor and multiple. Okay, so I'm taking two numbers here. I'm taking 2. So if I talk about write the factors of 2, write the factors of 2. So factors implies that all the numbers which can divide 2 is called factor. If I ask you which numbers can divide this 2, so 2 can be divided by 1 and 2 can be divided by 2. If I ask you write the factor of 6, so 6 can be divided by 1, 6 can be divided by 2, and 6 can be divided by 3, and 6 can be divided by 6 itself. So basically factors are those numbers which can divide that number. If I talk about what will be the factor of 25, so now go through which numbers can divide 25. So 25 can be divided by 1, 25 can be divided by 5, and it can be divided by 25 itself. So 1, 5 and 25, these 3 numbers are factors. I hope you got the point. I hope you got the points. So factor, I'll give you the complete meaning of this statement later on. First, you should know the difference between factor and multiple. Now come, again I'm taking these 2 numbers. Now, so what is this, my dear champ? This is basically factors. Factors, right? Now come to multiple. If I ask you, write the multiple of 2. So multiple means, if I write the numbers by just adding 2, like if I talk about the table of 2, multiple means the numbers which will be divided by 2. Factor means all the numbers which can divide that particular number, and multiple means all those numbers, all that numbers that can be divided by these 2 numbers. So if I talk about 2, so the first multiple of 2 will be 2, and the second multiple will be 4, 6, 8 and so on. If I write the multiple of 6, the first multiple will be 6 itself, then will be 12, then will be 18, then will be 20 and so on. Now look, these numbers can be divided by 2 and these numbers can be divided by 6. So basically these are called multiples. They are multiples. I hope you got the point. So what is the difference between factor and multiple? Factors are the numbers which can divide that particular number, and multiples are the numbers which can be divided by that number. This is the difference between both. So in HCF, generally we used to find that number which can divide both the numbers. Let's say I'm giving you an example here. Find HCF and LCM 36 and 48. Let me give you the explanation how we can find the HCF and LCM. But first, I'm giving you a small example. Let's say if I ask you, find HCF and LCM of 5 and 20. This is my simple question. So I'm not giving you find HCF and LCM by any particular method. Simply follow this first. Then I'll come on factorization method, how we can apply factorization method later on. First use this. So I want to find first HCF. So HCF is what? The factor. So write the factor of 5. So the 5 can be divided by 1 and 5 can be divided by 5. Yes. Now look, 20, come to 20. 20 can be divided by 1, 20 can be divided by 2, 20 can be divided by 4, 20 can be divided by 5, 20 can be divided by 10, and 20 can be divided by 20 itself. Are any number left? Are there any number other than these number which can divide 20? Is any number there? No. These are the numbers only can divide 20 comfortably, easily. So if I talk about what is the highest common factor? Common. Which number is common? This. Look. This 5. This 5 is in both. And this 5 is the highest number which can divide 5 as well as 20. Is there any other number other than 5 which can divide these two numbers both? No. Only 5 can divide both. So HCF is basically, my dear lovely kids, 5. This is the HCF. Right? This is the HCF. Is it clear? Now if I talk about find the LCM. LCM, this is the HCF. Find LCM between 5 and 2. So LCM, I already told you, least common multiple. So write the multiples first. So multiple of 5 will be 5 itself, 5 to the 10, 15, 20, 25 and so on. And write the multiple of 20 now. So what will be the multiple of 20? So 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120 and so on. I have just written the multiple of 5 is this and the multiple of 20 is this. The table of 5 and table of 12. Is there any common number? No common number. So you can exceed the multiple of 5 a bit more. So 5 to 10, 15, 20, 25. And so on. And 5 to ja, there will be 520 ja, 100 will be there. Is it clear? If I write the multiplication, if I write the, if I write the table of 5, so we'll get 100 at 28th position. And in 20, we are getting here, which number? 100. So which number is common in both? Which number? So look, this is 20 here and this is 20 here. Look, these two numbers, we don't require to write the table in this direction because we have already got the common numbers, common multiple between both the numbers, 5 and 20. So this 20 is the LCM of this. So LCM will be 20. Least common multiple means this is that number which can be divided by this and this, and this is that number which can divide this and this. So HCF is the number which can divide this and this. LCM is the number which can be divided by this and this. Look at the statement I'm saying to you, everyone. Look at the statement. What I'm telling to you, everyone. HCF is the number which can divide these two numbers comfortably. And LCM is that number that multiple, that number which can be divided by these two numbers. So which number is LCM here? 20. But you know, sometimes method will be very complex, will be very challenging for you. So to make the solution comfortable, to make the solution very easy, we have talked about prime factorization method. So using prime factorization method, you can directly find the HCF and LCM in very less time, in very short time, right? So let me show you the concept here. I hope this is clear to you, everyone. So find out the LCM and HCF 36. So what we can do here, using prime factorization method, I'm writing here by prime factorization method, right? Prime factorization method. So what we can do here, my dear champ, you know prime factorization method, I have already told you FTA. Every number, every positive integer is the product of their prime numbers. Yes, so write down it. Okay, so what will be the factor of 36 here? So 36 can be written as 2 into 2 into 3 into 3, right? 2 to the 4, 4 to the 12, 12 to the 36. And it can also be modified as this 2 to power 4 and into 3 to power 2. I hope this is clear to you, because 2 is multiplied twice and 3 is also multiplied twice. So we can write in this form. Now come to 48. 48 is what? Yes. Is this clear? Check it. 2 to the 4 to the 8 to the 16. 16 3 is 48. And it can be written as what? 2 to power 4 and 3. Keep up. 3 to power 1. This is called prime factorization. This is called prime factorization. So 20%, 50% of the solution is already solved. If you are able to find this, means the 50% part of the solution is already done. Now find how we can find the HCF. So what we have to do, if you want to find the HCF, then you have to take least power family. Means I can say a common values. Common. The value should be common. And if you are finding the LCM, you have to take highest power family. Highest power family. Highest power family. Please keep it in mind. See, for HCF, how you can memorize it? If you are talking about highest common factor, so keep it in mind, you have to take least value, least power, right? If you're talking about least common multiple, means least is here, then keep it in mind, opposite will be there. So what will be the answer here? Look, so for HCF, I've already given you the concept, least power. So what is the least power here? This is 2 to power 2 and 2 to power 4. So what we will take? 2 to power 2, least value, least, which is common, which should be common in both. And if we talk about 3, here 3 to power 2 and 3 to power 1, which will be common in both? Least, yes, 3 to power 1. So this will be your HCF, and the HCF will be 12. Wow, answer. So 12 is that number which can divide this and this easily. Yes, you can see 36 can be divided by 3 times, and 48 can also be divided by 12. Yes. Now if we talk about LCM, I have given you the trick, short trick, highest power. So in 2 to power 2 and 2 to power 4, which is highest? Yes, 2 to power 4. You have to take highest power. And 3 to power 2 and 3 to power 1, which is highest power? Which is having highest power 2. So you have to take this one, 3 to power 2. So the LCM will be 2 to power 4 will be what? 16 and 3 to 9. So the LCM is 144. Means 144 can be divided by this and this. Yes. LCM is that number which can divided by the numbers which is present in question. And HCF is that number which can divide these two numbers, and LCM is that number which can be divided by these two numbers. This is the concept. I hope you have understood it. Now look, I hope you have understood. Superb, very good. Now come, look at here. Now come to second position, second point here, relationship between HCF and LCM. There is a magical relationship between LCM and HCF. See, I am writing here the relationship between LCM and HCF. Please write, please see here. HCF and LCM between two numbers is equal to the product of those numbers to whom we are finding the HCF LCM. This is the relationship between LCM and HCF. The product of LCM and HCF is equals to the product of itself, those numbers. Let me show you. Here if we talk about 36 and 48. So what will be the product of 36 and 48? 8. So we are getting here 1718. We are getting 1718 as the product of these two numbers. Now multiply the LCM and HCF. So the LCM is 144 and the HCF is 12. Multiply it. 8, 8, 2, 4, 4, 1. Wow, same number we are getting here. Same number we are getting here. Look what we have made mistake here. So I hope you have understood how to find the LCM and HCF between the numbers. Now come to the relationship between HCF and LCM. So there is a magical relationship between HCF and LCM. So let me give you the formula first. So if there are two numbers, let's say I'm calling this number A and this number B. So HCF of A and B, I'm writing these numbers, I'm representing these numbers A comma B, and the product of LCM of A comma B is equal to the product of number itself. Wow, look at the relationship. This is very magical relationship. HCF and LCM, the product of HCF and LCM is equals to A into B. Very interesting thing. So let's talk about these two numbers. We have just got the HCF and LCM between these two numbers. So HCF was 12 and the LCM was what? 144. So multiply these two numbers first. So what will be the HCF and LCM here? If I multiply HCF and LCM, so this will be 12 into 144. What will be the result? Multiply here. 144 12 will be 288 441. So this will be 8. Okay, 1728. We are getting 1728. Now multiply the numbers itself. So A into B. A is what, my dear champ? 16, and I'm considering 48 as B. Now multiply these two numbers. So 48 into 36 will be what? 8 6 48. 8 carry 4. This will be 28, and 8 3 4 carry 2 4. So this is 2. Wow, same number we are getting. Same number, 1728. Superb. Look at the proof. Wow, this is magical thing. This is magical thing about HCF and LCM. So the product of HCF LCM is 1728, 1728, and the product of number itself is also equals to 1728. Hence prove that the product of HCF and LCM between any two numbers is equal to the product of numbers themselves. Right? I hope you have understood it. This is very important. This is very important formula, my dear kids. CBSE frequently asking the questions on this formula. Frequently. You might get this question again in your pre-board exam as well as in your board exam. I hope you got the point. Now, prime and co-prime numbers. What are the difference between prime and co-prime numbers? Let me give you the concept. So, prime and co-prime numbers. First, prime numbers. What is called prime numbers? Okay. Just look at here. So prime numbers are those numbers whose multiples, whose common factor is itself and other than 1. Okay, sorry guys, I got a call. Okay, so prime numbers Prime and co-prime numbers. So basically I was telling you about prime numbers. So basically prime numbers are those numbers which are having factor 1 in itself. If I talk about 5, how many factors 5 is having? 5 can be divided by 1 and 5. If I talk about 7, so 7 can be divided by 1 and 7. This is the possibility. If I talk about 11, 11 can be divided by 1 and 11. So they are called prime numbers. Now come to co-prime numbers. So basically co-prime numbers are basically comes in pair. So there must be two numbers. Then only we can compare either the numbers are prime, co-prime or not. So we will talk about pair. Let me give you the concept co-prime numbers. So co-prime numbers are those numbers whose common factor is only 1. There will be no any other common factor will be there. If I talk about 8 and 9, there are two numbers 8 and 9, a pair of numbers 8 and 9. Now give me which number can divide these two numbers? Any common factor? So you will answer me, sir, only 1 is there. 1 can only divide 8 and 9. 1 can only divide 8 and 9. So this pair is called co-prime numbers. If I talk about 2 and 12, are they co-prime numbers? So 2 can be divided by 1 and 2, and 12 can be divided by 1, 2, 3, 4 and 12 itself. So 2 and 12 can be divided by 1 also, 2 also. There are two common factors. So they will not be co-prime numbers. But if I talk about 15 and 11, this pair, so 15 and 11 can be divided by only 1. So 15 and 1 is the pair of a co-prime numbers. Co-prime numbers can be pair of two prime numbers. I'm giving you again. Yes, see, I'm writing here 7 and I'm writing here 5. So 7 is itself a prime number and 5 is itself a prime number, because the factor, their respective factors are 1 and 7, 1 and 5. And they both are, if I consider these two numbers in pair, so they are co-prime numbers, because only 1 can divide 7 and 5. So there is only one common factor, which is 1. So co-prime numbers are those numbers which is having only 1 as common factor. Only one factor will be there. Please keep it in mind. No other factor will be there. If there will be any other factor other than 1, so they will not be co-prime numbers. And we will use this concept while doing the question of proving irrationality. And in previous year question, in board is asking frequently, prove root 5 as a rational number. So while doing this question, we will use this concept. So prime number, I hope you got the concept. Prime numbers are those numbers which are having two factors, 1 in itself, and co-prime numbers are the pair of numbers which is having only one factor as 1. If there will be any other factor other than 1, so they will not be co-prime numbers. I hope you got the point. So I want to ask a very small question. Just give me answer. 3 and 17. Are they co-prime numbers? Yes or no? Answer is yes. Because the common factor of 17 and 3 is only 1. There is only one common factor in the form of 1. So they are co-prime numbers. If I ask you 4 and 18, are they co-prime numbers? So find out the factor of 4. So 4 can be divided by 1, can be divided by 4, and can be divided by 2 as 1, 2, 4. And write the factor of 2. So the 2 can be divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 9 and 18 itself. So 4 and 8 is dividing by 1, which is very good, and this is dividing by 2 also. So there are two factors, there are two common factors. So 4 and 18 will not be co-prime number. And yes, there is one more. No, 4 will not be there. 4 will not divide 18. So we can write 4 here, but 4 will not be here. So 1 and 2, there are two common factors, 1 and 2. So 4 and 18 will not be co-prime numbers. Please keep it in mind. So now, proving irrationality, very important topic. Proving irrationality. I hope you might solved so many questions based on this, but we are giving you a Maha-marathon session, so we'll do this question here. So proving irrationality. So I'm giving one question here. Root 5. Prove root 5. Prove root 5 is an irrational number. So we will do this question here. So you will get the concept. Prove root 5 is an irrational number. How we can prove? So doing this question, to do this question, there is a method called contradiction method. Contradiction method. I hope you know. Contradiction method. So we will use this contradiction method here, right? So let me change the color of pen. So prove root 5 is an irrational number, right? So how we can prove it? Let me show you the concept. So first what you have to do, let the root 5 is a rational number. I'm letting here, let the root 5 is a rational number. Okay, let the root 5 is a rational number. So if I'm letting root 5 as a rational number, so root 5 can be written as what? P by Q, because every rational number is the form of P by Q, where Q should not be equal to 0. This should not be equal to 0. So this is P by Q, but you have to mention here P and Q are co-prime numbers. Yes. Wow. Means how many common factors will be there of P and Q? Only one common factor, and which is 1. Look, we have mentioned here P and Q. If you will not write this line while doing this question in any exam, the marks will be deducted. This line is very important. This line plays very important role here. So you have to write this line. Please keep it in mind. P and Q are co-prime numbers. Okay. Can we cross multiply here? So we can write root 5 Q equals to P, squaring on both sides. So we can write here squaring on both sides. What we will get? So this will be 5 Q square and P square. Now look, my dear lovely champ, if 5 is in product form with Q square, can we shift this 5 this side? Yes, we can bring this 5 this side. Means the 5 will be in the form of denominator, means P square is dividing by 5. So if P square is dividing by 5, it implies that P is also dividing by 5. So here we can write P square is dividing by 5. So P is dividing by 5, P is also dividing, or we can directly write P is dividing by 5. Yes. If P square is dividing by 5, we can write P is dividing by 5. And if P is dividing by 5, we can write this information in different form. Like if P is divided by 5, we can write here P equals to 5C. I am bringing one more new term in the form of C. And 5 is in product form with C. Yeah, if I tell you guys, like 6 is divided by, R is divided by 6. Just listen what I'm saying. If R is divided by 6, so we can write R equals to 6. We can take anything, 6M. Because on bringing this 6 this side, R is divided by 6, na? That's why if P is divided by 5, so we can write P equals to 5C. Right? I'm calling this as equation number 1, and I'm calling this as equation number 2. I hope this is clear to you. Now put this equation number 2 in first. Okay, now putting, I want space here. Okay, putting, let me delete this. You might be confused, no? This. Okay, now putting second in first. Okay, now put P equals to 5C, put here. So 5Q square equals to P square, and P we have let as P equals to 5C. So 5C square. What we are getting here? 5Q square equals to, this will be 25c square, and 5 will cancel this 25 by 5, so q square can be written as 5c square. Wow! Now look, now 5 is this side, is at this side. If 5 is here with c in product form, if we bring this 5 this side, means q square will be dividing by 5, because now 5 is at this side. So if I pull this 5 this side, means q square is dividing by 5. So wow, q square is dividing by 5, means q is dividing by 5. And this is showing contradiction, because what we had already supposed, we supposed here p and q are co-prime numbers, but we are getting one more factor, p is dividing by 5 and q is dividing by 5. If you have supposed p and q as co-prime numbers, so there will be only one common factor, which is 1. But why you are getting this 5 another common factor? So this is contradicting the situation. So this contradict the situation. This contradict the situation. So what? Why this contradiction is occurring? Because we supposed here root 5 is a rational number, and supposing the root 5 as a rational number, we are getting a contradiction. Means root 5 has to be an irrational number. So root 5 is an irrational number. I hope you have understood it. And this is called contradiction method, because we are observing here one contradiction is occurred here. If one contradiction is occurred, so we can say this is contradiction method. And using contradiction method, you can prove root 5 is an irrational number. There is a question here, word problem based question. Look at the question. Lenin is preparing dinner plates. He has 12 pieces of chicken and 16 rolls. So he has 12 pieces of chicken. So chicken is 12 and 16 rolls, and rolls is 16. Okay, if he wants to make all the plates identical without any food left over, very good. What is the greatest number of plates? What is the greatest number of plates Lenin can prepare? Okay, what is the greatest number of plate? Means we are willing to find that number which can divide these two. So you have to find out the HCF here. So what will be the HCF using prime factorization method? So 12 can be written as what? 2 square into 3, and 16 can be written as 2 to power 4, right? So what will be the HCF? I have already given you the trick. If you want to find the HCF, you have to take the least value, least power, and which will be common in both. So 2 square. This is common in both. Check it. 2 to power 2, 2 to power 2 is also here. So 2 to power 2. HCF is what? 4 answer. So what should be the number of plate? 4 plates should be there. Okay. You can also find out how many chicken should be placed and how many rolls should be placed in each plate. So look, how many chickens are there? Chicken is 12. So number of chicken is to be placed in each plate. In each plate will be what? This is 12, right? And how many plates we are using? 4. So 12 divided by 4 will be 3. So 3 chicken we can place in each plate. And similarly, number of rolls is to be, can be placed in each plate. In each plate will be what, my dear champion? 16 divided by 4 will be 4. Right? So in each plate we can keep 3 chicken and 4 rolls, so that without any food left over. This is the concept. Now question number 2, given HCF, very good HCF, there are 2 numbers, call it A and B, and HCF is 40, LCM is this 252 into K. We have to find the value of K, and this question is most recent. This question is been asked in the year 2024. This is very recent, so very important. So we have formula HCF and LCM, product of LCF and NCF equals to A into B. Now HCF is what? 40, LCM is what? This. LCM is this whole 252 into K, and A and B is A is 2520 into another number is 6600. So K will be what? Okay, 2520 into 6600 divided by product of 40 and 252. Right? Can we cancel 0 to 0? Right? And 250 whole will be cancelled by this. So 10 will be there, and this can be 2 2 ja 4 and 5 2 ja, and 2 can be cancelled. This 330. So what we are getting K here? So this will be 516. This is the answer. K is 1650. I hope you have got the concept. 1650 is the answer. Okay, so this is all about real numbers. Okay, now moving to chapter number 2, which is polynomials. Chapter number 2, polynomials. Are you guys enjoying? Yes, chapter number 2, polynomials. So very good. So in polynomials, what we are going to talk about? First, you should know the polynomial. What is polynomial? So basically, polynomial is what? The polynomial is a systematic arrangement of constant and variable. So in this chapter, we will talk about, you already know, monomial, binomial, and trinomial, right? These are the names of polynomial according to number of terms. If I write 2x, so there is only one term, only one family, this is monomial. If I write 2x plus y, how many terms are here? 2x plus y, 2 terms, so this is binomial. And if I write 2x plus y, I am putting y square here, plus 6. How many family? 1 family, 2 family, and 3 family. So basically this is trinomial. So there are 3 names of polynomial according to their number of terms. But here in class 10th, we will talk about the polynomial. We will differentiate the polynomial according to the power. According to the power of variable. So let me tell you one thing. This x is here called variable, and this 2 which is attached with variable is called coefficient. This is called coefficient, right? So this is variable because in somewhere we can find x is 2, x is 4, x is minus 5, whatever, right? According to situation. But 2 is always remain fixed. If I write 2 cannot be 4 anymore. Anymore if we do, until we do any mathematical calculation of that. If 2 is 2, then 2 will be 2. Unless we add, subtract, divide anything, we will apply on this number. So this is called constant, this is called variable. But if the constant is attached with any variable, this is called coefficient. This is called coefficient, right? So okay, now the polynomial is categorized in different parts according to the degree, according to the power. Let me show you. Okay, now according to the degree means the highest power. So if I write first equation here, 2x. So my dear champ, look at this polynomial here. I'm writing 2x plus y. So there are how many variables? 2 variables, x and y. But the power of the variable is 1. If there is nothing, there is 1. So basically this is binomial because there are 2 terms. But if I ask you, what is the name of this polynomial according to power? So the degree is highest power of these variable is 1, 1. So this is called linear polynomial. If the degree is 1, so degree decide the nature. Degree is 1, so degree 1 is called linear polynomial. But this is binomial, no doubt, because there are 2 terms. Now, if I write 2x square plus 6x plus 4 equals to 0. Now, if I talk about which polynomial is this according to this theory, so this is trinomial because there are 3 families. But what is the degree? So here the power of x is 1 and here x power is 2. So which is greater? 2 is the greater value. So this is called degree. This is called degree. Degree is 2. And if degree is 2, this polynomial is called quadratic polynomial. Quadratic polynomial. And third we can write here, if I write 3x cube plus 4x square plus 4x plus 9 equals to 0. So which is the degree? 3 is the highest power. So if 3 is the highest power, this polynomial is called cubic polynomial. Right? A very interesting thing you can see, my dear champ, here. Like, this is linear equation, linear polynomial in 2 variable. Right? Here, this is, if degree is 2, how many terms are there? 1 terms, 2 term and 3 term. And if degree is 3, how many terms we are writing here? 1, 2, 3 and 4 terms. So if the polynomial will be biquadratic, means the highest degree is 4. How many terms will be there? 5 terms. Right? So, most important thing in this chapter we will talk about is quadratic polynomial. Quadratic polynomial. And you all know quadratic polynomial means the degree will be what, my dear champ? 2. Yes, if we talk about quadratic polynomial, the degree will be 2. And the quadratic polynomial, the general form of quadratic polynomial is this: ax square plus bx plus c is 0. My dear lovely champ, please keep it in mind, the last term is always pure constant number. Pure constant. This is pure constant, always. This. Right? This. And a is what? A is coefficient of x square. Right? B is what? Coefficient of x. And c is what? Pure constant. This is called pure constant. Right? If I give you example, I am writing one quadratic polynomial, 4x square plus 9x plus 2 equals to 0. So what is a here? A is 2, 4, and what is b here? B is 9, and what is c here? C is 2. Right? So what we will do here, if we talk about polynomial, if we are talking about polynomial, what kind of question you will get from quadratic polynomial? So basically, we will find the solution of this quadratic polynomial. Means the value of x which can satisfy this equation. And this is called zeros of polynomial. Zeros of polynomial means the value of x that will satisfy the equation is called zeros. Means if I put here any number, and on putting the number the result is coming equal to 0, means that number is called zeros. Yes. So how we can find the zeros of quadratic polynomial? There are 3 methods. First is by middle term splitting method. Middle term splitting method. Right? And this is called factorization method also. Factorization method also. And the second is, my dear champ, by quadratic formula. We can directly apply quadratic formula. Right? And the third is by completing square method. But in this year, in quadratic equation, this method is deleted. So you will be studying these 2 methods only, by middle term splitting method, or you can say factorization method, and the second is by quadratic formula. Right? So we will do these 2. So I hope you got the point. So basically what we are going to do, we will find the zeros of quadratic polynomial by these 2 methods. So let's do some question here. So the question is, find the zeros of quadratic polynomial 2x square plus 3x minus 2 okay, minus 2 equals to 0. We have to find the zeros. We have to find out the zeros. Means the value of x which can satisfy this equation. So what we have to do, first multiply this and this. So on multiplying 2 into we are getting 4. Now find out the factor pair of 4. So the first pair can be 4 into 1 because the product of 4 and 1 is 4. The second pair can be 2 into 2, and there will be no any other pair. Only 2 factor pairs can possible for 4. You have to select any one, but you have to select according to the middle situation, middle position, middle number. Middle number is 4, and you have to see the sign also, the last sign of pure constant value, negative sign is there. So which bracket will give you, if you multiply the numbers equal to 4 and the subtraction will be 3. So the 4 and 1 is that pair. If we multiply 4 and 1, we'll get 4, and if we subtract 1 from 4, we'll get 3. So this is the perfect pair. So we have to put here. So 2x square plus 3 can be written as 4 minus 1x minus 2 equals to 0. Now open the bracket, 2x square plus 4x minus x minus 2 will be 0. Can we take 2x common here? So this will be x plus 2, and if this is x plus 2, the second bracket should be must be x plus 2. So for this we have to take 1 common here. Okay. So minus 1. So this will be 1 x, and here is minus, so we have to take here plus sign. Okay, x plus 2 equals to 0. So what we are getting? 2x minus 1, this is minus, okay, and x plus 2 equals to 0. So on putting this equals to 0, x is 1 by 2. On putting this equals to 0, we are getting x as minus 2. So these are the numbers, these are those numbers. If we put these number in this equation, these two numbers will satisfy the equation. The result will be 0. Let me show you. Put x equals to minus 2 here. So if we put x equals to minus 2 here, so 2 into minus 2 square plus 3 into minus 2 minus 2. Okay, solve it. 2 to the 4, plus will be there, and 4 to the 8. 3 to minus 6, minus will be there, minus 2. So 8 minus 6 minus 2 will be 8. This, wow, 0. So this is satisfying the equation. If you will put x equals to half here in this equation, again you will get 0. So this is all about how we can find the zeros of quadratic polynomial, right? Now, most important thing is the relationship between zeros and coefficient. Okay, so there is very interesting relationship between zeros and coefficient. So first write the general format of quadratic equation. This is the general format of quadratic equation. So for any quadratic equation, sum of zeros, or we can also write sum of roots, is always equals to minus b upon a. Minus b upon a. And b is what? B is the coefficient of x. And a is what? Coefficient of x square, right? And the product of zeros, this is always equals to c by a. So this is the relationship between what? Zeros and coefficient. Please keep it in mind. Please keep it in mind. Okay, always. This is the relationship, right? And one more thing. So if any quadratic polynomial is given to you, like I'm giving one more example here. Like this is the question. X square plus 6x plus 5 equals to 0. Right? And if quadratic polynomial is given to you, you can find the zeros. Let's find out. 6 can be written as 5x plus x plus 5 equals to 0. Can we take x as common here? X plus 5, and on taking 1 common, we are getting x plus 5 equals to 0. So we are getting two brackets, x plus 1 and x plus 5 equals to 0. So we are getting x equals to minus 1 here and x equals to minus 5 here. So these are the zeros. I'm calling these zeros first as alpha, minus 1, and I'm calling this as beta, which is minus 5. Now prove it. If I add alpha plus beta, if I add these two numbers, minus 1 and minus 5, minus 1 plus minus 5. So we are getting minus 1 minus 5. Wow, we are getting minus 6. And minus 6 is also equals to what? Minus b by a. B is what? B is what? B is what? B is what? Plus 6. I'm writing 6. And a is what? A is 1. And minus 6 by 1 is 6. Minus 6. Look. they are equal to, if I multiply these roots, alpha into beta, now multiply it, minus 1 into minus 5, minus minus plus 5 1 ja 5. Now show this, c by a. So c is what? 5 and a is what? 1. 5 by 1, and which is equals to 5. Now show, we have proved. Means in any quadratic polynomial, sum of zeros is equals to minus b by a, and the product of zeros is c by a. Please keep it in mind. So using this theory, can we modify this equation as ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0? Now divide this whole equation, right side and left side, by a. If I divide this whole equation from a, RHS and LHS, so this will be, let me write, divide both sides by a. So what will be the format? This will be x square plus b by a, x plus c by a equals to 0. So we can again modify this x square. If I take minus here, then we have to write this is in minus form. Minus minus plus, x plus c by a equals to 0. So x square minus b by a. Minus b by a is equals to what? Sum of zeros. So we can write here, oh my god, technical problem, sum of zeros, or we can also write sum of roots into x plus c by a, and c by a is equals to product of zeros. Wow, product of zeros equals to 0. This formula is very important because let me show you the magic of this formula. See, if any quadratic polynomial is given to you, you can find the roots. But if roots are already given to you, how you can form the quadratic polynomial? Let me give you, there is a, I don't know what is the quadratic polynomial, but roots are given. This alpha is 2 and beta is 3. The first 0 is 2 and the second 0 is 3. What will be the quadratic polynomial? You can use this formula. Let me show you. So this will be x square minus sum of zeros, means 2 plus 3. 2 plus 3 into x, plus product of zeros, means 2 into 3. 2 into 3 will be 0. So this will be x square minus 2 plus 3 5x and 2 plus 3 6 equals to 0. This will be the quadratic polynomial. Okay, so this formula is very important. X square minus sum of zeros plus product of zeros equals to 0. Okay, moving to question number 1 from polynomial. If one zero of polynomial is this, so okay, if one zeros of the polynomial, this is a reciprocal of other, so we can write alpha equals to 1 beta. They both are reciprocal to each other, and the polynomial is 6 square plus 37x, and this is minus k minus 2 and equal to 0 we can put. Okay, so now find the value of k. Okay, so we know product of zeros is equals to what? C by a, and c is what? If c is in negative form, you have to put negative sign also, minus 2, and a is what? A is 6. Okay, and the product of zeros we can write alpha into beta, which will be minus k minus 2 divided by, now look, alpha is equals to 1 by beta, we can put here alpha equals to 1 by beta, and this is already beta equals to, we can open the bracket, k minus 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 plus 2 will be in positive form, k will be in negative form, right? B we cancelled here, so 2 minus 6, 2 minus k and 6, here is only 1, k will be there. Can we shift 6 this side? So 2 minus 6, and we are shifting k that side, so we are getting k as minus 4. Answer. I hope you have understood. Very important and very easy. 2023, this question is being asked in the year 2023. Okay, now question number 2. Find the value of k such that the polynomial has the sum of its zeros equal to the half of its product. Okay, so look, the sum of its zeros means alpha plus beta is equals to half of their product. Okay, and you all know sum of zeros is what? minus b by a. So what is minus b? Minus, and b is what? Where is b? B is this, minus k plus 6. So we have to put minus k plus 6 divided by a. A is what? The coefficient of x square, which is 1 here. So we can write alpha plus beta is equals to minus minus plus. So this will be k plus 6. Now come on product of zeros. So product of zeros is what? C by a. You all know C by a. And C is what? This is C here. So 2 into 2k minus 1 divided by a. A is what? 1. Okay. So a into b alpha beta equals to, can we open this? So 4k minus 2. So you have alpha plus beta, you have alpha into beta. Can we put these two here? Is it clear? So alpha plus beta will be k plus 6 half, and this is what? This is what? 4k minus 2. Okay, now multiply. So this will be 2k plus 6 to 12 equals to 4k minus 2. Can we bring this minus to this side and 2k that side? So this will be 14 and 4k plus 2. This is 4k and this is 2k. So what will be the result? This. So this will be basically 2k. 4k minus 2k will be 2k. So k will be 14 divided by 2. Answer is 7. So k is 7. Very easy question. We are just using only basic formula. This is very easy formula. Okay, alpha plus beta is b minus b by a, and alpha into beta is c by a. Okay, now chapter number 3, pair of linear equations in two variable. Very, very interesting chapter. Okay, so you all know pair of linear equations in two. What does it mean by pair of linear equations in two variable? So my dear champ, basically look, linear equation in two variable, what does it mean by? Ax plus by plus c equals to 0. Look, this is linear equation. Why linear equation? Because the power of x and y is 1. The highest power is 1. If the highest power is 1, the equation will be linear equation. Right? And how many variables? X and y, 2 variable. So this will be linear equation in 2 variable. But look, the term pair is here. Means in every equation in this chapter, you will be having 2 linear equations, and you have to solve both linear equation to find out the value of x and y. Right? So this is ax plus b. Again, this will be ax plus by plus c equals to what? 0. But there will be 2 equations, linear equation in every equation. So we can conclude this as a1 b1, a1 b1 c1, and this will be a2 b2 c2, because in every equation there will be 2 linear equations in 2 variable. And you know, linear equation in 2 variable on graph they are what? Straight line. They are straight line, because the power of x and y is 1, and if the power is 1, so this is called linear, and linear means what? Straight line. So on graph, this is a straight line, and if the power will be a square, like I am writing x square plus 2x plus c, and if you represent this equation graphically, so this will be what? This will be parabolic path. Parabolic means if you draw this graph, so the graph might be this. There will be 2 solutions. The value of x is here and the value of x is here, satisfying. And if the graph will be this, how many solutions are there? 1, 2, 3. There are 3 values of x which is satisfying the given equation. So if linear equation is there, the graph will always be straight line. And if quadratic equation is there, the graph will be what? Parabolic. Yes, because there will be 2 solutions. There will be so many solutions, but generally we used to find the solution which is exactly x satisfying. Okay, so basically this. So I have told you here, the linear equation always comes in the form of straight line when we draw any linear equation on graph on any Cartesian plane, right? So first condition is, if a1 by a2 is B1 by B2 equals to C1 by C2. So yeah, I'm writing here algebraically, and I'm writing here graphically. So what will be the algebraical conclusion and what will be graphical conclusion if this situation comes up? So if A1 by A2 equals to B1 by B2 equals to C1 by C2, so algebraically how many solution will be there? Infinitely many solution will be there. Many solution will be there. Because every ratio of coefficients are satisfying. And graphically, this is called coincident line. Coincident line. Okay, means the line will be overlapping each other. And if A1 by A2 is equal to B1 by B2 but not equal to C1 by C2, if this results comes up, if this relationship comes up, if you observe this relation is coming, so algebraically no solution will be there. No solution will be there. Okay, and graphically they will be parallel to each other. Parallel lines, right? If both lines are parallel to each other, means no value of x and y is satisfying both. There will be no any common point, so this will be no solution. And third, if A1 by A2 is not equal to B1 by B2, if A1 by A2 is not equal by B2, so this is called exactly one solution. There will be exactly one solution, and simply it is also called unique solution. Unique solution. And graphically, what will be the condition? Intersecting. Yes, intersecting lines. And if two lines are intersecting at each other, so there will be exactly one solution, right? This is coincidence line, parallel and intersecting line. I hope you have understood. So to check, without calculation, you can find the result by comparing the coefficients of the linear equations, right? So this is very important. Now one more thing. I found many of the student seems confused. I don't know why. So let me give you the statement. So there are two terms, consistent and inconsistent. Inconsistent. What is called consistent and inconsistent? Look, so when you are getting, see, the first situation is infinitely many solutions. We are getting some solution. Yeah, I know the solutions are large. Very large number of solutions are there. But the solutions are there, na? So this is called consistent. This situation is basically called, this is called consistent, right? And if no solution are there, this is called inconsistent. Inconsistent. And again we are getting solution. Yes, yeah, there is only one solution, but solution is there. So this is called consistent. So for inconsistency of pair of linear equation, only one situation is here, which is parallel line. If two lines are parallel to each other, so there will be no solution. And no solution, if no solution is there, this situation is called inconsistent. Okay, now question number 1. What will be the solution value of k for which the pair of linear equations do not have any solution? If the given pair of linear equations do not have any solution, so it implies that A1 by A2 will not be equal to B1 by B2. I hope you have understood it. Right, so A1 by A2, A1 is what? Coefficient of x but of first equation, which is 5. A2 is what? Coefficient of x but of equation 2, not equal to. B1 is what? Coefficient of y but equation number 1, and B2 is coefficient of y but in second equation. Right, now solve this. So 5k equals to 4, so k 4 by 5, right? So k should not be equal to 4. I can write k equals to 4. So if k will be 4 by 5, so do not have any solution will occur. Okay. Question number 2. The area of the triangle formed by the lines y equals to x, x equals to 6 and y. Very easy question, but it is a bit tricky question. Let me show you. Draw the Cartesian plane. This is x-axis, this is y-axis. First x equals to y. So let me show you, if y equals to x, if I put here x as 1, so what will be y? Y is also getting 1. So 1 comma 1, 2 comma 2, 3 comma 3. This will be the situation. And if the situation is like this, so the graph will be here. So this line will be y equals to x. Right? 1 comma 1, 2 comma 2, 3 comma. Constantly increasing both. Right? Second is x equals to 6. So x might be here. X equals to 6. So the line will be this. Okay? So what will be the coordinate of this point? The coordinate of this point will be 6 comma 0. What will be the coordinate of this point? If this is 6 and this is constantly increasing, so if x is 6, so here y will be 6, 6 comma 6. And what is this? This is 0 comma 0. And we have to find out the area of this triangle. Yes, area of this triangle. So what will be the area of this triangle, my dear kids? Area will be half base into height. So base is what? Base is the distance from here to here, which is 6. And height is what? Height is again 6. So can we cancel this? 3. So this is 18 square unit, because we are finding the area answer. So the answer is 18 square unit. Very easy question. Okay. Now chapter number 4. So first we will take here the break of 15 minutes. Okay. Then I will catch you everyone after 15-minute break. Oh wow. So my dear kids, I hope you have eaten something and you all are energized. Superb. So let's start. So we were at chapter number 4, quadratic equation. I had given you 15-minute break, and I hope you have eaten something and you all are energized. So let's begin chapter number 4, quadratic equation. So quadratic equation is very important, guys, and this is very easy chapter. If I can say this honestly, this chapter is very easy. But you should have formula and you should know the basics of quadratic equation. What quadratic equation is and what type of question generally comes in board exam, right? So let me give you. So basically, quadratic equation is, the general form of quadratic equation is this: ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0. Why I am calling this quadratic equation? Because the degree is 2. The highest power is 2. That is why this is called quadratic equation. And if the highest power is 2, so how many solution will be there? 2 solution will be there, alpha and beta. Means how many values of x can satisfy this equation? 2 values of x. And those values I'm calling that alpha and beta. And this alpha and beta is called what? Roots or zeros. Or we can say solution of the quadratic equation. The value of x which satisfy the quadratic equation, on putting that value in quadratic equation, if the result is coming like 0, equal to 0, then we can say that value is the roots or zeros of quadratic equation. So if the degree is 2, so how many roots will be there? 2 roots. If the degree is 3, means cubic polynomial. How many solution will be there? How many zeros will be there? 3. If the equation is biquadratic, means the degree is 4, how many roots will be there? 4 roots will be there. So it depends. The degree decides how many roots will be there. If the degree is 2, the highest power is 2, so the roots will be 2. And I am calling the roots alpha and beta. Basically, this alpha and beta will be a number. Somewhere these number will be equal to each other. Somewhere you will be finding, you will be getting 2 distinct real roots. Somewhere no roots will be possible. So I'll give you each and every information in this chapter. Okay, so let's move. So in quadratic equation, basically what we'll do, we will find the roots. Finding the roots. First, you should know how to find the roots. So finding the roots, and to find the roots we have so many methods. So first method is by middle term splitting method. This is called middle term splitting method, right? And in general this is also called factorization method. You all know. So by using middle term splitting method, we can find the roots, means the values of x which satisfy the quadratic equation. Second method is by quadratic formula. There is a very special formula. By using that formula, you can directly find the roots of any quadratic equation. Any quadratic equation. This is very powerful. Quadratic equation is very powerful. Okay. Okay. So by using quadratic formula. And third is by completing square method. Completing square method. But this year this topic is deleted. This completing square method. These two are important for this year. By middle term splitting method, and you in general you are most frequently applying this formula, this method to find the roots of any quadratic equation. And by quadratic formula. Quadratic formula is very magical formula. We can find the roots of any quadratic equation directly by putting the values a, b and c. Right? Now, what I was telling you, my dear kids, when you will be finding the roots of any quadratic equation, you might get two real roots equal, both will be equal. Maybe the roots will be distinct, means both the numbers are different from each other. And maybe somewhere you will be also finding the situation that no roots is possible, means the quadratic equation is not possible. Right? So how we can find the nature of roots without solving the quadratic equation? So there is a very magical term, and which is called, I am writing first here the topic name, nature of roots. Nature of roots. So without solving the nature of roots, without applying any one method from these, you can find the nature of roots. For this, what you have to do, you have to find the discriminant value. Discriminant value. Discriminant is represented as capital D, and capital D decides the nature of roots. And what is the formula for capital D? Capital D is basically equals to b square minus 4ac. Right? Very important. You might be thinking, sir, how we will decide? Yeah, we can find the D, but how will we decide like the roots are real and equal, distinct and imaginary roots? No roots is possible. So let me give you the complete information. So, my dear kids, nature of roots. So, if D is less than 0, means you are calculating the D, and unfortunately D is coming negative value, means D is less than 0. So it indicates that there will be no real roots. No real roots means no solution is possible. No any value of x will be there. When D is less than 0, means I can write here in bracket D is coming negative. And if D is negative, no real roots will be there. Means the quadratic equation that is given to you is wrong. That is not possible. And that will be the condition of imaginary. You will be studying higher standard when you will be preparing for any prestigious exam. We'll talk about there. Imaginary number iota in the form of iota. You will talk about later. If D is greater than 0. Greater than 0 means D is positive. If D is positive, it indicates that there will be roots, but distinct roots will be there. Two distinct real roots. Yes, roots will be there, but both the values alpha and beta will be different from each other. And third is, if D is equals to 0, wow, this is my favorite one. If D is equals to 0, it indicates that there will be two real and equal roots. Yes, two real and equal roots. I hope you understood. You have understood. Yes, there will be two real and equal roots, means the alpha and beta both will be equal to each other. In here, alpha and beta will be different, but in these two situations we are getting the roots. Yeah, here two distinct real roots means both the roots will be different from each other. And here, if D is coming 0, there will be two real and equal roots. And this is very important. Very, very important. I hope you have understood it. I hope. So without solving the quadratic equation, we can find the result. We can find out the nature of roots. But what we have to do, we have to find out the discriminant value. Let's say I'm giving example. If I'm asking you 2x square minus 6x plus 3 will be 0. There is a quadratic equation. 2x square minus 3x plus minus 6x plus 3 equals to 0. I want to ask you, if I ask you everyone, what will be the nature of roots? What will be the nature of roots? So don't use this method to find out the roots. You have discriminant value. You can find the discriminant and you can go through the result. What will be the nature of roots? So find out the discriminant value. Discriminant is b square minus 4ac. So b is what? Minus 6. Minus 6 square minus 4. A is what, my dear kids? 2. And C is what? 3. Right? B square minus 4ac. Right? And find out D here. So minus 6 square, that will be 36. And this will be what? 4, 12, 24. 24. So we are getting D as 12. Wow, D is 12. We are getting D positive value. Means D is greater than 0. And if D is greater than 0, what will be the situation? There will be two distinct real roots. If you are not trusting on my words, you can find out the roots of this quadratic equation either applying this method or this method. You will be getting two distinct real roots. There will be alpha and beta, and both alpha and beta will be different from each other. So this is the beauty of quadratic equation, my dear kids. Right? Is it clear? Okay. Now, so if I ask you a question, like there is a quadratic equation, okay, this form, 2x square minus kx, okay, and minus plus 4 equals to 0. Okay, 2x square minus kx plus 4 equals to 0. And I have provided you the information that this quadratic equation has real and equal roots. And if the quadratic equation has real and equal roots, what happens? D equals to 0. So if this quadratic equation, okay, what happened? Sorry, my dear kids, I think there is some technical issue. Okay, so if there is a quadratic equation, 2x square minus kx plus 4 equals to 0, and what information I've given to you? This quadratic equation has two real and equal roots. So if real and equal roots means D will be 0. You can write directly D equals to 0. Now put the formula of D. B square minus 4ac equals to 0. What is B here? Minus k. Minus k square minus what is 4? What is A? 2. And C is what? C. 4 equals to 0. Now solve this. Minus k square, that will be k square. Minus 32 equals to 0. So k square will be under root 32. And you all know under root 32 will be what? 4 root. Oh my God. 4 root 2. This will be the value of k. And if the value of k will be this equation will have two real and equal roots. So such question generally board asks in the exam, and this type of question is generally coming. Okay, now I'm giving you a very special chart here. If alpha and beta be the roots, very important format, very important formula. Please take the screenshot of this chart, or if you can write the formula in your copy, just write all these formulas in your copy. Let me show you the beauty of this chart. Okay, this chart paper. Okay, so let's say I'm giving you a quadratic equation, right? Like I'm giving you a question, if alpha and beta are the roots of quadratic equation 2x square minus 4x plus 2 equals to 0. Okay, 2x square minus 4x plus 2 equals to 0. Then what will be find the value, of what? Let's say I'm giving you alpha square plus beta square. Let's use the first one. Now just look here, my dear kids. If this is the quadratic equation and alpha and beta are the roots of this quadratic equation, but the question is asking the value of alpha square plus beta square. So alpha square plus beta square, we don't know the direct formula value of this in the form of coefficient a, b and c. So I have given you a very magical chart here. A square, alpha square plus beta square is equals to alpha square plus beta square is equals to what? Look, this is alpha plus beta whole square, right? Minus 2 into alpha beta. And alpha plus beta is what? Sum of roots, because I have already given you the information alpha and beta are the roots. So alpha plus beta will be the sum of roots. And sum of roots, you all know, sum of root is what? Minus b by a in any quadratic polynomial. Minus 2 into alpha into beta is what? C by a. Now you have quadratic equation. So this will be minus, and this 4 is already in minus. So minus minus will be plus. A is what? 2 whole square. Minus 2 into C is what? 2. Right? And A is what? 2. Now find the value. So 2 cancel, and 2 square will be 4, minus 2 cancel, and there will be 1. So we are getting as 2. So alpha square plus beta square will be 2. So this is the beauty of this chart. So using this list, using these formulas, you can find the value of anyone. If I ask you what will be the value of, alpha cube plus beta cube. So alpha cube plus beta cube will be alpha cube plus beta. We don't have any formula direct. Alpha cube plus beta cube in the form of coefficient of x square, x and c. So that is the reason why we have made a modified formula alpha plus beta cube in the form of alpha plus beta, which is sum of roots, alpha plus beta, which is sum of roots, and alpha into beta, which is product of roots. Right? So we can directly write here alpha plus beta whole cube minus 3 alpha beta alpha plus beta, right? So alpha plus beta is what? Minus b by a. Minus b by a will be 4 minus minus plus, and by a means 2 whole cube minus 3. Alpha into beta is what? C by a, which is 2 by 2, into alpha plus beta again minus b by a, which will be 4 by 2, right? Now we can solve. So 2 cancel ho gaya, and 2 will be cancelled here, and 2 will be cancelled here. So 2 cube is 8 minus, this will be 2 is left here, and 3 to 6. So again 8 minus 6 we are getting here as 2. So this is the answer. So this chart, this list is very important for you guys. Okay, so moving to some questions. Before doing some question, let me tell you some more theory about quadratic equation. So a very important thing in quadratic equation is, look, how to find quadratic equation if the roots are given. See, my dear champion, if the roots are already given to you, how you can find the quadratic equation? If the roots are already given to you, how you can find the quadratic equation? So let me give you a very important formula. My dear kids, you all know ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0. This is the standard form of quadratic equation. This is the general form of quadratic equation, right? And if I divide this whole equation by a, so x square plus b by ax plus c by a will be 0. And can we write this equation as x square? If I write here negative sign, so b by a has to be go in negative form. That's why negative can be positive. And x plus c by a equals to 0. Can we write this? And this is what? Minus b by a. This is sum of roots. And c by a is the product of roots. So we can write here x square minus sum of roots x plus c by a is what? product of roots, okay, equals to 0. Please keep it in mind. Example, if I ask you what will be the quadratic equation if the roots of that quadratic equation is 2 and minus 3. What will be the quadratic equation if the roots are 2 and minus 3? So you have a magical formula. Now put the values here. X square minus, this is what? Sum of roots. So sum of roots will be minus 3 plus 2 into x. And this is what? Product of roots. Plus 2 into minus 3 equals to 0. I hope you have understood it, right? So I'm putting the values, roots here in this formula. So x square minus 3 plus 2 will be minus 1. And here is minus already. So minus will be plus. And we are getting 1. So this will be x. And this plus minus minus 3 to 6 equals to 0. So this will be the quadratic equation whose roots are 2 and minus 3. So this is very important formula. Very important formula. Please. There is one more method. See, I am giving you a short trick. One more method you should have. So if I solve this quadratic equation, what will be the last line, what will be the last information we'll be getting at the end if I apply here factorization method or middle term splitting method? So if the roots is x plus 2, so how will be the bracket? X minus 2, because the root is positive 2, so the bracket will be x minus 2. And if the another root is minus 3, so how will be the bracket? So this will be x plus 3. I hope you have understood this concept. If this 2 is positive, so bracket will be x minus 2, and the another root is minus 3, so the bracket will be positive 3. That's why on taking this equals to 0 whole bracket, x will be minus 3. On taking this whole bracket 0, x will be positive 2. So just watching these information, I have written the bracket. Now multiply these two brackets. So x square, I am multiplying this first from this whole bracket, plus 3x, now minus 2 from whole bracket, so minus 2x, and minus 2, this minus 6, right? So this will be x square plus x minus 6. Look, same result. This is the logic. If I ask you, my dear champ, I'm giving you, there are two roots, 4 and root 2. 4 and root 2. They are the two roots of any quadratic equation. I don't know that quadratic equation. I want to find that quadratic equation, but the roots are given. So if the roots are given, what will be the quadratic equation? You can apply this formula. You have this powerful formula, or you can use my short trick also. If the roots is positive 4, so how will be the bracket? This will be x minus 4, and if this 4 is positive, so I am writing x minus 4. If the root 2 is positive, no sign is there, means positive. So what will be the bracket? Yes, equal to 0. Can we multiply both? Yes, we can multiply. So x square. So x square minus root 2x minus 4x minus plus 4 root 2 equals to 0. So x square, can we take x as common here? So root 2 plus 4 x plus 4 root 2 equals to 0. This is the magical result. I hope you have understood it. So you have two methods. Either you can apply this or you can follow my trick also. Okay, so let's move ahead. So moving to question number 1 of quadratic equation. The question is, student scored a total of 32 marks in class test in mathematics and science. Had he scored 2 marks less in science and 4 marks more in mathematics, the product of his marks would have been 253. Find the marks in the two subjects. So listen, I'm giving a short trick. My dear champ, whenever some word problem type of question comes in your exam, so first watch first see the last line. What last line saying? Find the marks in the two subjects. we are not sure, we are not confirmed how much is the marks, what is the marks in these two subjects, maths and science, I don't know. So whatever the question is asking to find out, please let that information first. Suppose any number like x and y. So first go through the last line. So last line is we have to find out the marks in two subjects. So what I'm going to do, let the marks in mathematics be x. I'm supposing let the marks in mathematics be x and the marks in what? Science be y. I have supposed mathematics marks is x and science marks is y. Now read this statement carefully, stepwise. Now look, student scored a total of 32 marks. He or she scored 32 marks in class tests in mathematics and science. So first information you got, ATQ according to question, right? Now look, the total marks is 32. So x plus y equals to 32. The first information you have is this. And modifying this, we can write y equals to 32 minus. We'll do it later. Now, had he scored 2 marks less in science and 4 marks more in mathematics, the product of his marks would have been 253. Very good. On scoring 2 marks less in science, what is the marks in science? Y. What is the marks in mathematics? X. But if he is scoring 4 marks more in mathematics, means x plus 4. And 2 marks less in science. What is the marks in science? Y. And the product would have been what? 253. Can we write here 253? Yes, the first equation is this and second equation is this. Simple, right? I'm calling this equation number 2. I hope you are understanding the thing. First, write the unknown values. What you have to find? Let that values. So we have to find out the mathematics marks and science marks. So I have supposed x and y. I have letting x and y, right? So from equation first, can we find y equals to 32 minus x? From equation 1, y will be 32 minus putting this in equation what? 2. So from equation 1 we are getting y equals to 32 minus x. I am putting this in equation number 2. So this will be, so x plus 4 and y is what? 32 minus x, right? I am putting y and this is minus 2 here, equals to 253. Okay, now this is x plus 4 and this would be 32 minus this will be 30 minus x equals to 253. Now this whole equation is in the form of x. So can we open the bracket? Can we open the bracket? Yes, we can open the bracket. So we have to multiply these. So I'm multiplying. So x plus, I'm writing again here, x plus 4 and this is 30 minus x equals to 253. So can we open the bracket, right? So this will be 30x minus x square, simple, and this will be now 30 and 4 will be 120 minus 4 into x will be 4x equals to 253, right? So minus x square and this here minus 4x, I'm writing minus 4x first, and this minus 4x and this is 30x and this is minus 4x. So what will be the result? Can we directly write here? Yes, 30x and minus 4x would be plus 26x. I hope you have understood it, right? And this is 120 and I'm bringing this, pulling this side. So 253 will be negative form. Minus, what happening, I don't know, minus 253 equals to 0. So what will be result? Minus x square plus 26x, and this will be, what will be the result? 253 minus 123 will be 3, 1. Very good. So this will be minus 1, 3, 3 equals to 0. So can we multiply this whole equation from minus? Why? Because always in quadratic equation the x square must be in positive form. We cannot keep this x square in negative form. We have to make that in positive form. So this is in negative form. So for that, to make this positive, we have to multiply by minus 1. So I multiply minus 1. So this will be x square. This will be minus 20. Or this will be plus 133 equals to 0. Now we can apply middle term splitting method. So we can write here 19 and 7 will be the factor. 19 and 7 will be the factor, because the product of 19 and 70 is 133, and if we add 19 and 17 we are getting here 26, and which is the middle value. So x square minus 19 plus 7 x plus 133 equals to 0. We can open x square minus 19x minus 7x plus 133 equals to 0. Can we take x as common here? So x minus 19, on taking minus 7 as common, x minus 19 equals to 0. Right? So here x minus 19 and x minus 7 equals to 0. So here x is 19 and x is 7. We are getting this value. So x is what? X is the marks in mathematics. Right? So can we put this value of x here in this equation to find the y? So y will be what? 32 minus x. So 32, first put x is 19. I am putting this as 19. So this will be what? This will be 13. Right? 13 marks. And if I put x is 7, so y will be what? 32 minus 7. So y will be what? 32 minus 7, and which will be 25. So I hope you have understood it. I hope you have understood it. So the thing is, see, making the equation, this is important in this question, I think. This. If you are able to make the information after reading the situation, the 80% of the part is solved by you. So make sure to make the equation first clear, and then the rest thing is mathematics, addition, subtraction, and calculation basically. So moving to question number, okay. So quadratic equation, I have already told you so many important things in quadratic equation. So I am giving you one more question. For what value of k the given quadratic equation k plus 1 x square plus 2x plus 4 equals to 0 has real and equal roots. Look at the question. My question is, for what value of k the given quadratic equation, this is the quadratic equation. And what is a here? A is k plus 1, the coefficient of x square. What is b here? B is 2. And what is c here? C is 4. A, B, C. But the question is, this quadratic equation has real and equal roots. And if real and equal roots term is there, means d is 0. You have to put d equals to 0. Discriminant will be 0, because the equation must have real and equal roots. So d is what? D is b square minus 4ac equals to 0. And b is what? B is 2 square minus 4. A is what? K plus 1. K plus 1. And c is what? C is 4 equals to 0. Now 2 square will be 4 minus 4, 4, 16. K plus 1 equals to 0. Can we shift this that side? So 4 will be 16 k plus 1. Is it clear, my dear champ? So this will be cancelled by 4. We can shift this for this side. So this will be 1 by 4 equals to k plus 1. So k will be 1 by 4 minus 1, and which will be minus 3 by 4. This is the answer. So if the value of k will be minus 3 by 4, then only this quadratic equation will have what? Equal and real roots. Real and equal roots. I hope you have understood. So whenever this information comes up, this situation arises, take d equals to 0. If the quadratic equation has real and equal roots, please take discriminant equals to 0. And the rest, the thing is mathematics. Nothing challenging here. Look at the solution. B square, B is 2, B square minus 4, A is what? K plus 1, C is what? 4. So the rest thing is mathematics. I hope you have understood. Moving to chapter number 5, which is arithmetic progression. Okay. So arithmetic progression is very important and very easy chapter also, and your majority of the student can do the question of arithmetic. They do the question. Actually, I think nothing challenging. Every question is based on, formula directly. So arithmetic progression, you all know, when the numbers are written in the form of sequence in proper manner, in proper order, where if the difference of each succeeding number is same, means if I write here numbers in this order 2, 4, 6, 8, what is the difference between 2 and 4? 2. 4 and 6, again the difference is 2, again the difference is 2. So I am writing this number in very sequence order, sequence form. So this number, the group of this number is called AP, which is called arithmetic progression. When the numbers are written in the form of sequence in proper order, if the difference between each number, each pair is constant, remain constant, right? So I'm asking you, is this an AP, my dear kids? Give me the information. Is this an AP? Look at the number 6, 12, 15. What is the difference here? 6. And what is the difference here? 3. And what is the difference here? 3. Difference is not constant, difference is not same. So this is not a quadratic equation, but this is a quadratic. This is not an AP, but this is an AP. I'm saying quadratic equation. We just taught previous chapter, that's why. So this is AP, but this is not AP, because the difference is here. The difference is constant, 2 and 2, but here the difference is not constant. Here the difference between these two numbers is 6, and here the difference is 3. So this is not an AP, right now. So when the numbers are written in proper sequence, in systematic order, as the difference between each pair is equal, and that difference is called common difference, you all know, which is represented by small d in arithmetic progression, right? So there is a general form of an AP. The general form of an AP is this: A1, A2, A3, dot, and so on. So basically, this A1 is called first term, right? A2 is called what, my dear kids? Second term. Okay, and A3 is called what? Third term. A4 is fourth term, and so on. Fourth term. And similarly, if I write A in here, I don't know what is the position of this number. I am writing A in here. So this is called nth term. This is called nth term, right? Okay. This is the format of AP. A1, A2, A3, A4, right? And if I talk about the common difference, what is the difference? So the another term is here, common difference, which is very important term. Most frequently you will be using this term, common difference. So what is the common difference? The difference between A2 and A1. Ji? You can keep here. So common difference is represented as small d, and small d is equals to basically, my dear kids, A2 minus A1. You can find the common difference between difference of these two, or you can find the difference between these two. The common difference will remain same. So we can write d as what? D will be A3 minus A2, or we can write D will be A4 minus what? A3. And in the term of n, what will be d? D will be an minus 1. So basically D is the common difference, right? D is the common difference, right? And D is equals to A2 minus A1 or A3 minus. Let me give you an AP. So the AP is 5, 10, 15, 20, and so on. What is first term here? So this will be the first term, A1. What will be second term here? This will be A2. And what is common difference? So you can find the common difference anywhere. you have to take two numbers, one preceding value, one succeeding value. So you can take these two number, you can get D, or you can take these two number, you can get D, or you can take these two number. So 10 minus 5 will be 5, or 15 minus 10 will be 5, or 20 minus 15 will be 5. Look, that common differences are same, right? So in AP, the common differences remain constant. Keep it in mind. Okay. Now, one very beautiful thing here is, look my dear kids, A1 is what? A1 is 5. And D is what? D is 5. And A2 is what? A2 is 10 here. So if A2 is 10, how A2 can occur if I use A and D? Because A is first term, which is 5, and D is 5. So if we add A1 plus D, means A1 is 5 and D is also 5, we are getting 10, and which is second term. Wow, this is the magic. And if to find out the third term, what will be the formula? To find the second term, we are using A1 plus D. Means if nothing is here, 1 is here. So A1 plus 1D. So similarly, if you are finding the third term of AP, so the formula will be A1 plus 2D. If you are finding third term, the D will be 2. Means less than whatever the position, whatever the term we are finding. If we are finding third term, so make sure to keep the D just one less than that position. If we are finding third term, the D will be 2. And similarly, if you are finding the fourth term, D1 formula will be A1 plus 3D. If you don't believe on my words, let's prove. So find out the third term here. So A1 is what? A1 is first term 5 plus 2 into D is what? Common difference is 5. So look, 5 plus 10, which is 15. Wow, it has proved. Means the third term is 15. And similarly, A fourth, 5 plus 3 into 5, common difference is 5. So this will be 5 plus 5 to the 15. Wow, this is 20. And look, fourth term is 20. So using this information, you can find any term. If I talk, what will be the 20th term? How you can find the 20th term? First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20th term. So are you going to write this AP till 20? No, this will be the very challenging thing for you. We cannot write any AP till 100 and 1000. But using these formula, we can find any position. So if we are finding 20th term, the formula will be A plus 19D. Yes, because we are finding 20th term. And if we are finding 20th term, what will be D? A1 plus 19D. Right? Right? In AP, A1 is also written as A. So we can write A plus 19D. Now put here, what will be the 20th term? So A1 is what? 5 plus 19 into D is 5. So this will be 5 plus 95 and this will be 100. Wow, 20th term of this AP will be 100. Means the number at 20th position will be 100. Right? So please keep it in mind. If you are finding 20th term, the formula will be A plus 19D. Similarly, if I ask you, if I want to find the 100th term of this AP, what will be the 100th term of this AP? 100th term will be of AP. So if you are finding 100th term of AP, the formula will be 1990. A100th will be A plus 1990. So how we can find A100 will be what? A is what? 5 plus 99 into D is what? D is 5. So this will be plus, this will be 500. A100th term will be 500. So look how magical the AP is. Without writing the terms, we can find any position. So the 100th term, if I ask you, please write this AP till 100. So look how the task will be challenging, how much the task will be challenging for you. To write any number till 100 will be very task, you know. So without writing any AP till 100, 500, we can directly find the position of any number. Like if you want to find 100th term, the formula will be a plus 90, right? So this will be a plus which is 5 plus 90, and which will be 495, and that will be. So using these magical terms, now look, let me delete all these things. I hope you have written all. If you're writing the things in your copy, take a screenshot and you can write. Okay, now, so again I'm asking you guys, if you are finding 18th term, the formula will be a plus 17d, right? One less. Now if I ask you what will be nth term, I'm not writing any number here, I'm writing n. If 18 is here, we are writing 17, and if n is here, so the formula will be what? A plus n minus 1, because n is not a number. This formula is very important formula, very first formula of AP, which is called nth term. Nth term formula. Right? Using this formula, you can find any position of any term. You can find any term. If I ask you what will be the 25th formula, please put n equals to 20. 25th. N equals to 25. Right? Now put n equals to 25. So A25 will be a plus 25 minus 1 into d. So the formula will be a plus 25 minus 1 will be 24, and the formula will be a plus 24d. You just need to put the value here n, and n will be the position of the term. If you are talking about 18th term, n will be 18th, and the formula will be 18 minus 1 will be 17a plus 17d. Please, this is the magical. So this formula is very important. Nth term, and please keep it in mind, and this n will always comes as a whole number. Please keep it in mind, always comes as a whole number. N cannot be n, it cannot be fractional number. Yeah, because n is the position, and position cannot be fraction. If I order any student in assembly, if the students are standing in a row, and if I ask any student to stand in 1/2th position, my dear kids, Sham, please stand on 1/2th position. No any sense, yeah. It is not making sense. 3/4. N is the position of term, so n will always be whole number. N cannot be fractional number. So question, you might get the question on this concept. Okay, so let's move. So this is very important. So I have given you the nth formula, which is a plus n minus 1. Now please come on sum of nth term. Sum of nth term of an AP. So previously what we were doing? We were finding the position of the term, right? But now here, if there is an AP 2, 4, 6, 8 and so on, and if I ask you what will be the sum of the numbers of this AP till 20, what will be the sum of this AP till 20? Now I'm asking to add 2 plus 4 plus 6 plus 8 plus and so on till 20. What will be the sum of this AP till 20? Means I'm asking you to add the number of this AP, 20th number. So for this there is a special formula, SN formula, right, which is n by 2, 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Very important formula. Sn equals to n by 2, 2a plus n minus 1 into 2. If I ask you, there is an AP 2, 4, 6, 8 and so on, and what will be the sum of 20 terms of this AP? So how many numbers you are adding? You are adding 20 terms, so n will be 20. So in this formula, this n is that number, that how many numbers you are adding. If you are adding 20 numbers, 20 terms of this AP, so n will be 20. right? So what will be the sum of 20 term of this AP? Let's do. So n is 20, right? A is what, my dear kids? A is 2, and D is what, my dear kids? 4 minus 2, that will be 2 here. You have n, you have A, you have D, and you only require these values to apply this formula. So Sn will be, Sn means S20, because we are adding 20 terms. So you have to show here, you have to mention here that how many terms you are adding, how many numbers you are adding. That number will be here, S20, and which will be equal to what? N by 2, which will be 20 by 2, right? 2A means 2 into 2 plus n minus 1, which is 20 minus 1, which is 19, into D is again 2. Okay, can we cancel? If they are cancelling, we can cancel, and if they are not cancelling, keep it as it is. And 2 to 4 and 19 to 38. Okay, so 10 into 38 plus 4 will be 42. So this will be 420. So if we add these numbers, these terms till 20, so the addition of these number will be 420. Okay, so this is magical thing. Okay, so this is sum of n terms of AP. Now look, there is one more formula of sum to find out the sum, but here the situation is, if the last term is given, look at this AP 2, 4, 6, 8 and so on, dot dot dot, means the last term is not here. I don't know what is the ending of this AP, and for that kind of AP we will use this formula. But if the last term is given, means there is an AP and that AP is ending. Like I am giving you one example, 2, 4, 6, 8 and here 40. There is no number beyond 40. This AP is ending at 40. This is the AP. And I want to find out the sum of these terms till 40. What will be the sum of this AP till 40? So there is a very special formula, Sn equals to n by 2, you know, A plus, this is A plus, what we can write here, L. And somewhere you can find this formula in some book. This formula is also written as like this, A plus An, because no difference between last term. This is last term and this is nth term, no difference, both are same. So this is the very special formula, but one thing is important here. To find the sum of these numbers till 40, and 40 is the last term, you should have how many terms are there till 40 first. Either you apply this formula or this formula. This n should be there. You must have n. If you don't know n, how many terms you are adding, you cannot apply any one of this formula. You cannot apply even this formula or this formula if you don't have n. So first find out n, how many numbers we are adding, and if this AP is ending here, so the position of this number, the position of that term will give you the clue how many terms are there. If the position of this term 40 is, let's say, 19, means this AP is having 19 terms, because that is the last term. So we can apply this formula, but we must have n first. So what we have to do? First we have to apply an formula. Let the position of this number is an. N, I don't know what is n, so I am taking as an. An is 40, and n, the formula of an is a plus n minus 1 into d equals to 40. A is what? A is 2 plus n minus 1. D is what? The difference between this 2 equals to 40. Can we shift this to this side? So n minus 1 into t. On shifting this to here, this will be this 38. Okay, so n minus 1. On dividing this will be 19. So we are getting 19 plus 1, which is 20. Wow. So the position of this term is 20. It implies that how many terms will be there? 20 terms will be there. Because the position, and this AP is ending here. If this AP is not going beyond 40 and the position of 40 is 20, so how many terms are here? 20 terms. Now you have this, so you can apply how many terms are here. We are adding 20 terms, so S20. So n, this will be 20 by 2, and this will be A. A is what? 2, and L is what? 40. Now we can apply. So can we cancel this by 10? So here 10 and 40 plus 2 will be what? 42, and 42 into 4, this will be 40. Wow! Wow! And look, why the numbers, why the results are same? Because in this AP, we have added 20 terms. Look, we have added here 20 terms. And luckily, I suppose this 40 here, the last term of this AP, and the position of 40 is 20 again. So we are adding 20 terms here and 20 terms here. And that is why, luckily, the result is same in both. Look, 42 and 420 and 420. So this is the beauty of AP. So you have two formula. You can apply this formula for SN and you can apply this formula for SN. Let me put here stars. Very important formula, SN. This and this. When this formula will be applied? When the last term will be there. Means the AP is ending. The AP is ending somewhere. And when this formula will be applied? When the AP is and so on. I don't know where the AP is going on. But you have to given how many terms you have to added. Okay, so please keep it in mind. Okay, can I move ahead? Okay, yes. Moving to question. Let's do question here. Okay, so this is question number actually 1. Okay, so the question number 1 is, if the sum of the first 7 terms of an AP is 49 and that of the first 17 terms is 289, find the sum of its first 20 terms. Very easy question. Okay, and this question is asked in the year 2024. Wow. Look, the sum of first 7 terms. How many terms? First 7 terms of an AP means S7 is given to you. Sum of first 7 means S7 is 49. Okay, now look, this 49. And that of the first 17 terms, very good. And the sum of first 17 terms is 289. One information is here, another information. Find the sum of first 20 terms, very good. We have to find S20. Superb. Very interesting question. So, my dear kids, look, what is the formula for SN? SN formula is n by 2, 2a plus n minus 1 into d, right? So if this is S7, this is the sum of 7 terms. So we can use this, right? So S7 will be what? N by, this will be 7 by 2. 2a plus n minus 1, 7 minus 1 will be 6, right? And d here. And which is equals to, this is equals to what? 49. This is already given, na? So we can write 49. So we can modify 2a plus 6d will be 49 into 2 divided by 7. 2 and 7. So 7 is cancelled here. So 2 plus 6d and this will be 14. Can we take 2 as common here? So on taking 2 common, a plus 3d equals to 14. So a plus 3d, we are getting a 7. This is the first equation we got by using this information, first information. Now come to second information. What is second information? S17. So S17, can we apply this formula? N by 2, so 17 by 2. Okay, 2a plus n minus 1. 17 minus 1 will be 16. 16d. And this is given 289 here. Okay, my dear champ. So we can directly cancel this. 17. The square of 17 is 289 basically. Okay, so 2a. Can we take common 2? Yes, we can take 2 as common here. 2 plus 8d, right, is equals to this cancelled here, 17. A plus 8d is 17. This is equation number 1. So what we can apply? We can subtract these two, equation number 1 equation, so that a will be cancelled. Subtracting which should be subtracted? This is bigger value, this is smaller. So subtracting equation number 1 from 2. Okay, I am subtracting equation 1 from 2, right? So what we are getting here? So a plus 8d equals to 17, and this is a plus 3d equals to 7. So please subtract here. A cancelled, 8d minus 3d will be 5d, right? And 17 minus 7 will be 10 here. So we are getting d as 2. And if d is 2, what will be a? We can put in any equation. We have this and this. So a will be 7 minus 3d. I'm using this equation. So a will be 7 minus 3 into 2. So a will be 7 minus 6, which is 1. So we have a and we have d. But the question is asking to find out S20. So for S20, the formula will be 20 by 2, 2a. 2a, a is 1, plus n minus 1, 20 minus 1, which is 19, and d is what? 2 here. So 2, this will be cancelled here, 10, right? 2 ones are 2, plus this will be 38. Okay, and this will be 10 into 38 plus 2 will be 40. Okay, and 40 into 10 will be 400. Answer. This is the beauty of this question, I think. I hope you have understood. Very easy question, but formula, everything based on. Okay, so the question number 1 is, in an AP consists of n terms whose nth term, my dear champ, nth term is what? Nth term is what? Nth term is an, which is 4. Yes, 4. And just write the given information first. Okay, so nth term, an is 4, common difference d is 2 here. If the sum of n terms, very good, Sn is given to you guys, minus 14, and we have to find n here and also find sum of 20 terms, S20. We have to find these values. Wow. N and S20 we have to find, and 3 informations are given to you guys. Very easy. So first use the formula of an. So an equals to, we all know, a plus n minus 1 into d. I hope you know. I have just told you in previous slide. Look, we were doing operation of this, a plus n minus 1 into d. Okay, so an is 4. Very good. A is what? We don't know a, we don't know n, but we have d here. D is 2. Now solve this. 4 equals to, can we open this? 2n minus 2. 2n minus 2. Can we shift this to this side? So this will be 6 equals to a plus 2n. So a will be 6 minus 2n. Write this equation number 1. This information might be useful for us in next. Now use formula of Sn, which is n by 2, 2a plus bracket n minus 1 into d, right? And this Sn is given to you, minus 14. So can we write here minus 14? Is it clear? Now look, this is here n, we don't know n by 2, 2a plus n minus 1, d is given to you, d is 2 here. This is minus 14. Now solve this. N by 2, right? 2, a is what? 6 minus. So we can write 6 minus 2n. Why I'm replacing a? Because we want to find n. So I'm changing this whole equation in the form of n, so that we can find the value of n comfortably. So 6 minus 2n, can we open this? So this will be 2n minus 2. Keep minus 14 as it is. So this will be n by 2. Open this. 12 minus 4n, right? Plus 2n minus 2 equals to minus 14. Now solve. So this will be n by 2. Okay, so look, this is 12 and this is minus 2. What will be the number? This will be 10. And this is minus 4 and this is plus. This will be minus 2n. I hope you have understood it. Can we take 2s common here? In this equation, can we take 2s common? So on taking 2 common, this will be 2n by 2, and we are getting here 5 minus n. I'm taking 2s common from this bracket. So this will be 2n by 2, and this 2 will be cancelled from this. So this will be minus 14. I hope you have understood. So can we open this? Can we open this? I'm doing here this side. So on multiplying this 5n 5n minus n into n will be n square, and which is equals to minus 14. Superb. Right? Now bring these two terms this side. So this will be n square and 5n will be minus 5n, and this is minus already, minus 14 equals to 0. So this is a quadratic equation in the form of n, and we know 14, the factor of 14 is 7 2. 7 2 is 14 and 7 minus 2 is 5. So we can put here n square. So at the place of 5 we can put 7 minus 2 n. I don't know what's happening today. Technical marker is not working properly. Minus 14 equals to 0. So this will be n square minus 7n plus 2n minus 14 equals to 0. So can we take n as common? N minus 7, and here plus 2 common, n minus 7 equals to 0. So we are getting two brackets, n plus 2 and n minus 7 equals to 0. So here we are getting n as minus 2, and here we are getting n as 7. So which will consider n equals to 7 because n is positive. So now first situation we have found, right? First question we have solved. Second, the question asking to find S20. So S20 will be 20 by 2, 2a. 2a, a is, where is a? We don't have a, so first find out a here. So using this format we can find a. So a will be 6 minus 2n, 6 minus 2 into 7. So this will be 6 minus 14. Oh, we are getting a as minus 8 here. Look, n is 7 now. N is 7 here. So on putting n is 7, 7 to the 14, and 6 minus 14 will be minus 8. So we are getting a as minus 8 here. So minus 8 plus n minus 1 means 20 minus 1 will be 19. And d is what? D is already 2. Okay, so cancelled. So we are getting 10 here. Can we solve this? So this will be minus 16 and this will be 38. So this will be 10, and minus 16 plus 38 will be what? 2 and 2, right? But it will be in positive form. So answer will be 220. This is the answer. I hope you have understood. So the question was a bit lengthy, but the solution is completely based on theoretical part, theory. Why we are considering n here 7? Because n is minus 2 here. So one is positive, one is negative, and n is generally the position, total number. So we are considering n as 7 here. So there are some important formula also to let unknown terms of an AP, and such question also comes in board examination based on this information. So somewhere you are getting like the question is like there are 3 terms whose sum is this and whose product is this. So I don't know that three terms, I don't know that 4 terms, I don't know that 5 terms. So in such question we generally let the terms in this form. And look the beauty, let me tell you the beauty of this term. This is very systematically arranged term. So this is a minus I don't know what happened. So this is a minus this. If we are talking about 3 unknown terms, so make sure to let these 3 terms in this form here, and here if we multiply, if we find out d here, so for a minus, subtract a minus d from a minus d, so d will be a minus minus plus. So look, d is equals to d. So these are very systematically arranged, right? So please write this formula, write these formulas in your copy, or you can take a screenshot of this. Very important formula. Now the question number, wow, this is important, hot question. This is hot question. Okay, hot. If the sum of m terms of an AP is same as the sum of its n terms, very good, then show that the sum of its m plus nth term is 0. How we can prove this question? I think this question is proof type question. Proof type. We have to prove here. So look, if the sum of m terms means Sm of an AP is same as the sum of its n terms, means Sm and Sn is equal. if the sum of an AP is same as the sum of n terms, okay, then we have to show that sum of its m plus nth term is 0. Okay, how we can show this? Look, if Sm is here, so we can write m by 2 2a plus n1 minus d equals to, this will be m minus 1 equals to d equals to n by 2 what, 2a plus, we can write here n minus 1 because we are finding Sn equals to, we can write, right? And here the sum of m terms and of an AP is the sum of its n terms, so we have just written here. So what will be the system? So 2 can be cancelled by 2 here, right? So we are getting 2ma, we are opening this bracket, plus m minus 1d, and again one more m is here, and here we are getting 2na plus n minus 1 into d, and this n is here. We can write, now take these here, so 2ma plus m minus 1 dm minus 2na, and here minus this. Can I write 0? I am taking this whole family here this side. Now look, 2ma minus 2na, which term is common? 2a is common in both. So can we take 2a as common? 2a common. So this will be m minus n, right? And here m minus 1 dm and n minus 1 dn. Which term is common? D is common here. So we can write m minus 1 m minus n minus 1 n, and here d equals to 0. Any problem? Any problem, my dear champs? Any problem? Very good. So this will be 2a m minus n. This is what? M minus n. Can we open this? So this will be m square minus m, and this will be n square, and this will be plus n, right? And d equal into d equals to 0. I hope this is clear to you. But the question is asking to prove the sum of m plus n. So if I talk about Sm plus n, so what will be the formula? M plus n divided by 2, right? 2a plus m plus n minus 1 into d. Yes, this will be the formula. Is it clear? Okay, so this is 2a m minus n plus, look, here is very interesting thing. We can apply algebraic identity. This is m square minus n square. So my dear kids, this is a square minus b square. So can we write this as m plus n, a plus b, m minus n, a minus b. And now look, this is minus m plus n. So can we write this as minus m minus n into d equals to 0? Check it once. Please check it once. When you open this, minus m will be here and minus plus n will be there. And I have applied m square minus n square identity, a square minus b square, which is equals to a plus b, a minus b. Is it clear? Now can we take m plus n common here? So I'm doing here. So 2a m plus n, this is 2a, sorry, m minus n, sorry, 2a, this is m minus n, right, minus plus, here can we take, what we can take common? M minus n. Here in this family m minus n, and here is m minus 1. We can take m minus n common. So m minus n we are taking common. So what will be the under bracket? Under bracket will be, here will be only m plus n, and we are taking this whole family. So this will be minus 1 into d equals to 0. Now again from this whole family and from this whole family, what we can take common m minus n, because m minus n is here and m minus n is here. So if I take m minus n common, so what will be the left family? This will be 2a plus m plus n minus 1 into d equals to 0, right? Because we are taking m minus 1 is here, m minus n is here. So this whole will, if we shift m minus 1 here, so this will become 0. So we are getting 2a plus m plus n minus 1 into d equals to 0. This is the beautiful thing. This is the challenging thing to do, right? So 2a plus m plus n minus 1 d equals to 0. Now look, we have to find sum of m plus nth term. M plus nth equals to m plus n divided by 2. And what is this? 2a plus under bracket m plus n minus 1 into d, and which we have proved this equals to 0. So we can write here 0. And if we write here 0, so the product of m plus n divided by 2, 0 will be 0. So S m plus nth will be 0. Answer, hence proved. Hence proved. Okay, this is the beautiful thing, hence proved. So the main important thing is to apply the algebraic identity here. This is the most important point. Most of the student can proceed from here and they can reach here, but beyond this, what to do? This is the important thing. Okay, so moving to chapter number 6, and which is coordinate geometry. So let's talk about coordinate geometry. So in coordinate geometry, this chapter is one of the easiest chapter of class 10th mathematics, right? Easiest chapter, I'm telling you, easiest, and very small chapter. So here in this chapter we will talk about very important thing. What? Distance formula, right? And second, which formula? Section formula, right? And third will be principle of section formula. Not, I can say principle, but use of section formula. Instead of writing principle, we can write use of section formula, like to find out the centroid of this, any triangle, parallelogram, diagonal, intersection and all. So that will be use of section formula. So distance formula, you all should know the distance formula. What is distance formula in coordinate geometry? So basically distance formula, when there is x-axis, this is x-axis and this is y-axis. This is Cartesian plane, basically the combination of x and y axis. X is horizontal and y is vertical line, right? And the combination of x and y axis is called Cartesian plane, right? And in geometrical term, in Cartesian system, x is called abscissa and y is also called ordinate. Keep it in mind, abscissa and this is ordinate, and where they intersect is basically origin, and the coordinate of origin you all know, 0, 0, right? So distance formula is what? Like there is a point, a point, let's say the coordinate of A is x1, y1, and here is another point B. Here is B, and the coordinate of B is x2, y2. And we want to find the distance between these 2 points. If we join the AB, what is the distance between AB? So generally we calculate the distance using inchy tape and scale and all. But here in coordinate geometry, if 2 points are on Cartesian plane, so how we can find the distance formula? So to find the distance of AB, there is a very special formula. AB is under root, this is x2, y2, this is x1, y1. So the formula is x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. This is the distance formula we'll be using here. Very important formula. X2 minus x1 whole square and y2 minus y1 whole square under root. And the answer will be always in unit. You have to write unit. Section formula is what? Section formula is, let's say there are 2 points A which is having coordinate x1, y1, and B point which is having coordinate x2, y2, and there is another point on the line joining AB. AB is the line joining A and B, and there is a point coming P. I don't know the coordinate of x and I don't know the coordinate of this P. I'm letting it x is y, but the ratio is given to you. this point P is dividing the line joining AB in the ratio M1 ratio M2. What will be that point? What will be the coordinate of P? So to solve this kind of solution, this kind of situation, to solve this question, we use section formula, because we are dividing the line in section M1 ratio M2, right? So to find this x here, there is a formula, a special formula, M1 x2. M1 is what? This ratio, and x2 is the far coordinate, far away, the far x value from M1. M1 x2 plus M2. If you are taking M2, you have to take this value, x1 divided by M1 plus M2, right? And to find y will be M1 y2 plus M2 y1 divided by M1 plus M2. And we are talking about section formula here, M1 M2, dividing the lines joining AB is internally. In 10th we will talk about only internally division. Means the line dividing AB is divided by the line joining AB is dividing by P point, which is internally. The P point is present in between AB. If P point is somewhere here, this is called externally, but in 10th standard we'll talk about only internally here. So using this formula, this is called section formula. Please write down the formula. M1 x2 plus M2 x1 divided by M1 plus M2, M1 y2 plus M2 y1 divided by M1 plus M2, right? And this is called section formula. And let's say this point P is exactly the middle center of AB. So if P is center of AB, so M1 ratio M2 will be what? 1 ratio 1. And if we put x here, M1 will be 1 and 1, so this will be what? X1 plus X2, and this is 1, M1 plus M2, 1 plus 1 will be 2. So this is called center, to find the center of any line joining. Okay, and y will be what? Y will be what? Y1 plus Y2 divided by 2. And using this formula, we can find out the center of any line joining 2 points. Okay, so let's move to the question. If two vertices of a parallelogram are 3, 2 and the diagonal cut at 2, minus 5, find the other vertices. Let me show you the diagram first. So let's say this is a parallelogram here, and two vertices of a parallelogram are this and this. Very good. So I'm calling this A, B, C and D. Right, my dear champ? Two vertices. So let's say this is 3, 2 and this is minus 1, 0. And there is two diagonals. One diagonal is this and other diagonal is this. And these two diagonals are intersecting somewhere, and the coordinate of this is 2, minus 5. This is the information here. And we have to find out this and this. So how we can find? See, you know the property of parallelogram. The diagonal of parallelogram always intersects each other at center. Means this point is the center of BD and this point is the center of AC also. Means point P, I'm calling this point P. Point P is the center of BD diagonal and point P is the center of AC diagonal, both. Please keep it in mind. So let's say I'm calling this coordinate of this is x1, y1, and the coordinate of this I'm calling this x2 and y2. Now what we can do? We can apply the middle formula, center formula, to find the center coordinate. I've just given you the formula, this x1 plus x2 plus divided by 2, y for y, y1 plus y2 divided by 2. So see here. Okay, so for diagonal AC, या on diagonal AC भी लिख सकते हो. You can write even on diagonal AC, right? Okay, so on diagonal AC, P is the midpoint. So how we can find this P? P will be the center of this A and C. So you know what? X plus x1 plus what? X1 plus 3 divided by 2. X1 plus 3 divided by 2 will be, must have 2, right? So x1 plus 3 will be 2 to 4. So x1 we are getting as 4 minus 3, which will be 1. I hope you have understood it, right? And again, now apply this same formula to find out minus 5. So this will be y1 plus 2, y1 plus 2, y1 plus 2 divided by 2 will be minus 5, will be minus 5. Now cross multiply. So y1 plus 2 will be minus 10. So y1 will be minus 10 minus 2. So y1 will be minus 12. So the coordinate of C is what? The coordinate of C will be x1 comma y1, which is 1 comma minus 12. I hope you have understood. Now find the diagonal of D here. So for diagonal BD, for diagonal BD. Okay, so for diagonal BD, P is the center, P is the midpoint. So what will be the answer? X2 minus 1 plus x2 divided by 2 has to be 2, because 2 is the center. So this will be minus 1 plus x2, 2 to 4, so x2 will be 5, because we are shifting this minus 1 that side, so this will be positive, so plus 1. Similarly, find out the y. So this will be 0 plus, this is 0, 0 plus y2, 0 plus y2 divided by 2 has to be minus 5, because center is minus 5. So 0 plus y2 is y2, so y2 is minus 5 into 10 will be minus 10. Right? So the coordinate of D will be, this coordinate will be x2 is 5, comma, this is minus 10. I hope you have understood. So by using the middle term formula, see, middle formula, to find the center of line joining. So if x1 y1 is here and x2 y2 is here, and the line joining these two, there is a P point which is center, P is the center. So what will be the coordinate of P? Let's say I am calling this xy1. So x is what? X will be x1 plus x2 divided by 2, and y will be y1 plus y2 divided by 2, because this is the center, this is the middle point of AB. Let's say this is AB, line joining AB, and P is the middle. So for middle formula, to find out the center of any line joining, we can use x1 plus x2 divided by 2, and for y, y1 plus y2 divided by 2. Same formula we are using here. Okay, so question number 2 is, find the coordinates of the point R on line segment joining the points P and Q. So there are 2 points, P and Q. So P is what? P is minus 1 comma 3, and the line joining P is with Q, and Q is having coordinate 2 comma 5. And there is another point R, right? I don't know the coordinates of R. We have to find the coordinates of R. So I'm taking x, phi. But one thing is given here, my dear champ. Given is what? PR is 3 by 5 PQ. Means can we write this as PR divided by PQ will be 3 by 5. Means PR is 3 and PQ 5. But here, to find R, we want what? PR by PQ, RQ. This is M1, and this is what, my dear kids? M2. And we all know M1 ratio M2 is what? It would be PR by RQ. So we want this PR by RQ. But here the information given is PR by PQ. But one thing is clear, PR is 3 and PQ is 5. So if PR is 3, this PR is 3 and PQ whole is 5. So if PR is 3, PQ is 5, so what will be RQ? RQ will be 2. Yes, PR is 3 and PQ is 5. So what will be RQ? The section of RQ will be 2. So we can directly write here PR by RQ will be what? PR is what? PR is 3 and RQ is 2. So this will be ratio 3 ratio 2. So M1 ratio M2 is basically what? 3 ratio 2. Yes, 3 ratio 2. M1 is 3 and M2 is 2. Simple. 3 ratio 2. Now we can find out X. So X is what? M1 X2 plus M2 X1 divided by M1 plus M2. So X will be M1 is 3, X1 is 2, M2 is 2, and X1 is minus 1. divided by m1 plus m2, 3 plus 2. 3 plus 2, which is whole, 5. So 3 to 6, 2 1 are 2, minus 2 divided by 5. So x will be 6 minus this will be 4 by 5. Okay, now find y. So same formula, section formula will be used. So m1 y2 plus m2 y1 divided by m1 plus m2. So y will be m1 is what, 3 into 5, 3 into this y, okay, 5 plus m2. If we are taking m, so you have to take this y. So 2 into 3 divided by 2 plus 3, which is 5. Okay, so y is 15 plus 6 divided by 5. So y is 21 divided by 5. So what will be the coordinate of r? So the coordinate of r, so the coordinates of r of the point r will be what? 4 by 5 comma 21 by 5. Answer. I hope you have understood it. So moving to chapter number 7, triangle, which is lengthy chapter. I know you all know triangles. So triangles, there is no formula in triangle, but whole triangle chapter is based on theorem. There is so many theorem. Okay, so we'll be using theorem in this chapter. So should we take 10 minutes break? 10 minutes break. Okay, please come back in just 10 minutes. Okay, so my dear champions, so break is over. So 10-minute break is over. I hope you have eaten something and you all are energized now, so that we can start again. Okay, so let's move to triangles. So triangles, I've already told you, in triangle no such mathematical formula is here. Basically in triangle there are so many theorems, and most of the questions based on theorem. In your exam the questions comes based on theorem, and the very important first theorem in triangle chapter is BPT theorem. In short we call it BPT, which is basic proportionality theorem. In class 9th you have already studied about congruency, how the triangles become congruent to each other. You know what does it mean by congruence and similar? What is the difference between similarity and congruency? Congruency. What is the difference between both? So similarity means if the objects are looks like similar to each other, and the congruence means when the size of object is equal to size of another object, means one object is overlapping the another completely. Like if I am having in my left side mathematics textbook of NCERT, and I'm having in right hand side, in my right hand, one more book, same book, mathematics book NCERT. Both are same publication, both is NCERT textbook, so they both maybe will be overlapping each other. If I put one book on another, so they will be overlapping each other, means each and every book they will cover each other. If you'll see the book from this side, the book will be completely hiding the another book which will be behind that front book. So that is basically congruence. But if I talk about, I have one NCERT textbook maths and one English textbook, both is in rectangular shape, yeah, both is of rectangular shape, so they both are similar but not congruent. So similarity means when their side are in same corresponding ratio, but congruency means when the sides or angles are equal to each other. So in congruency objects overlap each other, but in similarity the objects, the triangles will look like each other. Their corresponding side ratio will be equal, but the size of side not be equal. So basically this is similarity. We will talk about later on about these two terms. So first we have to study here BPT, basic proportionality theorem, and which is also called Thales theorem. So let me tell you about Thales theorem. So Thales theorem says that, like this is a triangle, I am having a triangle, I am calling this triangle ABC. This is triangle ABC. BPT says that if we join 2 points kept on any two sides of triangle, and on joining 2 points kept on any two sides on triangle, the third line that we are getting, fourth line which we are getting, let's say I'm calling this PQ. PQ is parallel to BC. If the line joining PQ is parallel to BC, in such situation, in that case, the corresponding side ratio will be equal, means AP upon PB will be equal to AQ upon QC. This is BPT, my dear kids. If, let me show you, if according to BP, if line joining P and Q is parallel to BC, look what I'm writing here. If PQ is parallel to BC, in that case, this PQ is dividing the both line AB and BC in same corresponding ratio. Means AP upon PB will be equal to AQ upon QC. This is BPT. If PQ is parallel to BC, we can write AB upon PB equals to AQ upon QC. Yeah, some of students might be thinking, sir, if you are writing AP upon PB equals to AQ upon QC, if I want to write in this form AP upon AB, complete AB, yes, you can take AP upon AB, complete AB. So at right side, you have to take the same corresponding situation. If you are taking AP upon AB, so you have to take AP, the corresponding of AP is AQ. So you have to take AQ here. And the corresponding of AB is AC will be. So this will be AC. Yes, you can write in this form. So whatever the format you are writing on left side or right side, same corresponding things should be at other side. If you are writing here, like let's see, I am writing this as BP upon PA. Look what I'm writing here. BP upon P. I'm writing this first, then AP. BP upon PA. So what will be corresponding? CQ upon QA. Yes, we are free to write. You can write. But BPT says this. Modifying this, we can get this situation. Like, let me show you. If AP upon PB equals to AQ upon QC, if I add +1 both side, if I add +1, we are free to do such mathematics. If we are adding 1 at right side, we can add 1 left side also. So this will be AP plus PB on taking LCM, and this will be AQ plus QC divided by QC. So what the result we are getting? AP plus PB will be AP plus PB. AP plus PB will be whole AB. And this is PB. Here, AQ plus QC we are getting complete AC. And divided by, this is what? QC. Right? This is QC here. This is AB. What is this? QC. Yeah. So, AB by PB, AB, complete AB by PB equals to AC by QC. This is, we can interchange, we can write in this form, PB upon AB equals to QC upon AC. Now check whether this situation is correct or not. PB upon AB. So what is PB? PB upon AB. You are taking PB upon AB. So here QC upon AC, which is correct. But the important thing is this, Thales theorem is this. By modifying this, we can get any situation. So this is very important. If PQ is parallel to BC, then the corresponding side will cuts in same ratio. AP upon PB will be equals to AQ upon QC. I hope you have understood this. Right? I hope you have understood this. So let me give you example here. So example is, you have to tell me either the line PQ is parallel to BC or not. This is A, BC, and here lines, this is PQ. You have to check whether PQ is parallel to BC or not. Okay, so this is 2 centimeter, this is 6 centimeter, this is 4 centimeter, and this is 8 centimeter. Check whether PQ is parallel to BC or not. So you can check the ratio corresponding AP upon PB is what? 2 by 6, and that will be 1 by 3. Right? And now check here, AQ upon QC, and AQ is 4 and this is 8. This is 1 by 2. Here AP by PB is 1 by 3, and here AQ by QC is 1 by 2. So will this PQ be parallel to BC? No, no, no. A PQ will not be parallel to BC because the corresponding ratio is not same. Here is 1/3, here is 1/2. If the corresponding ratio will be equal to each other, then only PQ be parallel to BC. Are you getting my point? So this is all about BPT, which is basic proportionality theorem. Now the second theorem is converse of BPT. Yes, converse is also possible. Look, my dear kids, if I'm giving you a triangle ABC, and this is given to you, this information is given to you, like PQ is parallel to BC, this information is given to you. If PQ is parallel to BC, this information is already provided to you. Now you are free to write this relation AP upon PB equals to AQ upon QC, and you can mention the region here by BPT. But now talk about converse, the reverse of this. If this is already given to you, you are free to write this. If PQ is parallel to BC, this is given to you, then you are free to write this. But if this information is not given to you, but the dimension of these are given to you, so if the corresponding ratio of this side will be equal to each other, then we can go through reverse, converse, that it has to be parallel to BC. Let me show you. Here this is a triangle ABC, and here is point P on AB, and there is a point Q on AC, and we are joining the point PQ. We are not aware, we don't know whether the PQ is parallel to BC or not. We don't know, not confirmed, but the dimensions are given to you. Let's say this is of 4 centimeter, this AB is 4 centimeter, and this hole is, let's say, 8 centimeter, right? And this is given to you 2.5 centimeter, and this hole is given to you, and this is given to you, let's say, 5 centimeter. Now check whether the PQ will be parallel to BC or not. So how we can check? My dear kids, if this is 4, so what will be this? If this is 4, so what will be PB? So PB will be 4. If this is 4, here this is 4, so this will be 4. And if this is 2.5 and whole is 5, so this will be also 2.5. This will be, what will be this? This will be, what happened? So this will be what, my dear kids? This also will be 2.5. Now check, AP upon PB. AP upon PB will be what? 4, and this is, luckily this is also 4. 4 by 4 equals to 1. Now check, AQ upon QC. So AQ is 2.5, and this is also 2.5, and this is cancelled here, 1, right? Wow, look, AP upon PB equals to A. So we can write here, so AP upon PB has become equals to QC. And if this situation occurs, when PQ will be parallel to BC. So we are not aware whether this PQ was parallel to BC or not, but we got the situation. So we can write here, hence PQ has to be parallel to BC, and we can write the mention here region by converse of BPT. By converse of BPT. By converse of BPT. By converse of BPT. If this is given to you, this is already given to you, you can write this. Or if you can prove this, you can go through this. Means if one line is parallel to another, we can write the corresponding ratio. And if we have already proved the corresponding ratio, sides are in same ratio, then we can go reverse. We can go reverse back. Means the line has to be parallel to each other. Then only we can write this situation. I hope you have understood it, right? So now moving to criteria of for similarity of triangle. This is very important part. This is very important for boards. Yes, similarity of triangle, class 10th. This is very important topic of class 10th. Yeah. So similarity, what is mean by similarity? Let me tell you. So similarity means when two or more triangles are in same ratio of their corresponding sides, then only we can say the triangles are similar to each other. Look, I'm not writing here equal. If the sides become equal to each other, the triangles will be congruent. I'm saying same ratio. Let me tell you. Let's say, my dear kids, there is a triangle. This is ABC, and here is a triangle. This is BC, PQR. You all can see on screen, PQR triangle is larger than ABC. You all can see this is clearly visible. This triangle is bigger than this triangle. So this triangle will not congruent to each other. ABC triangle cannot overlap PQR, or PQR cannot overlap ABC. So this is not congruent, but they can be similar. Let me show you. Let's say, first let me talk about triple A similarity. As you all know, in congruency we have so many congruency criteria. Side, side, side. So here is angle, angle, angle. We'll go through side, side, side also. And in congruency there were so many congruency criteria. Side, 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 angle, angle, side, side, angle, side, RHS congruency, so many things. So let me give you what is triple A similarity, which is called equiangular triangles. Let's say there is a triangle ABC and PQR, and angle A is, let's say, 30 degree, this is 20 degree, and this is 130 degree. Is this possible? Yes, of course this is possible. This is possible because the sum of all three angles should be equal to 180 degree. Check it. Yes, this is 180 degree. And now this angle here is 30 degree, this is 130 degree, and here is 20 degree. Now my question is, check whether these two triangles are similar or not. So yes, of course, one angle is 30 degree, here is also one angle 30 degree. One angle is 130 degree, here is also 130 degree. Here one angle is 20 degree, here is 120 degree. So all three angles of triangle ABC is equal to all three angles of triangle PQR. So they will be similar to each other. And by we can write here angle A is equal to 130 degree is equal to angle R, right? Angle C equals to what? Angle C is 130, and here C is angle P. And angle B, here is angle B, which is 20 degree, and this is angle Q. So angle A equals to angle R, angle C equals to angle P, angle B equals to angle A. So this is A angle, we are writing angle relation, we are writing. So by triple A similarity criteria, triangle. Now look, what will be the name of the triangle? If we write this triangle as ABC triangle, because ABC is, calling ABC is failure, this is a bit relatable. So ABC, I'm writing ABC, and this is the sign of similarity. Now if you are writing A first, so which angle is equal to AA? Angle A is equal to angle R. So you have to write that. Don't be very fast and furious. If you are writing PQR, don't be blind. If you are writing ABC, so don't write PQR. You have to check whether which angle is corresponding to that angle. So angle A is corresponding to R. So we have to write here triangle RPABC. So RQP. This is very important, how you are writing that similar triangle. Look, now if I compare this angle A, so angle A is equal to angle R. Look, angle A 30 degree, and this is 30 degree. If I go through angle B, so angle B is corresponding to Q, because B is equals to what? 20 degree, and Q is also. If I take angle C, so angle C corresponding will be P, because C is 30 degree and P is 130 degree C, and P is also 130 degree. So you have to make sure to write this. Please, my dear champ. Please. So this is triple A similarity, and which is called equiangular triangle. equiangular triangles. So these triangle, both the triangles are equiangular because all angles are equal to each other. But make sure how you are writing this. I hope you have understood. So this is basically triple similarity, right? Now, so I hope this is clear to you. I'm giving you the explanation of triple A, right? Now come to point number 2, double A similarity. I hope this is clear to you, everyone. If you want to take a screenshot, you can take. Okay, now second point is double A similarity. There is no bigger difference between double A and triple A similarity. If there are two triangles and in both the triangles, two angles are equal to each other. Two angles of this triangle is equal to two angles of this triangle. So obviously third angle will also be equal because we all know the sum of two angles is equal, three angle is equal to 180 degree. So let's say this is triangle ABC and I'm writing here one more triangle. Let's say this is DEF and here is 30 degree and here is 40 degree and here is 40 degree and here is 30 degree. Look, both the triangles. So my dear champions, you all can see if this is 30 degree, this is 40 degree, what will be the remaining angle, third angle? Obviously 110 degree because the sum of 40 and 30 is 70 degree. So the third angle will be 110 degree. And similarly in this triangle, if this is 40 and this is 30, so third angle will be 110 degree. Same. But we don't require to write because two angles are equal to each other. So these two angles are enough to show the triangle as similar, right? So let me show you. So angle A, if I talk about angle A, so what is the corresponding of angle A? If angle A is 30 degree, the corresponding is F. Right? And angle B is 40 degrees. So what is the corresponding of B, which is 40 degree? So if you write here angle A equals to 30 degree, angle A equals to 30 degree. So I can directly write here. Where is eraser? So angle A will be equal to angle F. Very good. And they both is equal to 30 degree. Clear? Now if we talk about B, so angle B is 40. So which angle is 40 degree? This is angle D. And which is 40 degree, right? And if you talk about angle C, so angle C will be this angle E. I hope this is equal. So, but we don't know third angle and we don't require to find out third angle. Two angle is enough to show the triangle as similar. So, triangle A, B, C will be similar to. Now tell me what will be the name of the triangle. We cannot write the name directly. This is looking like ABC. So if there is A, first writing A, so first will be D. No, this is not fixed in triangle. The name will be keep changing. It depends on corresponding angle and corresponding side. If you are taking ABC, A is equals to what? F. So you have to take here triangle F. It would be F. And if we talk about B angle, so angle B will be what? Angle D. So FDC. Now look, I'm giving you one important thing. So angle A, if I write angle BAC in the form of complete standard form, angle BAC. So if you are writing angle BAC, which angle will be here? BAC. So this will be DFC. Angle DFC. Sorry. Why I'm writing here? This is E. Sorry. Where ABC is equals to FDE. This is F. This is F, right? F. Okay. So if you are writing BAC, so BAC will be DFE. DFE. Now check. DFE. 30-30 matching. Now if you write ABC, angle ABC, you are writing ABC. ABC, which angle will be? FDE. Angle FDE. Now match it. ABC is 30 degree and FD. Where is FDE? FDE. Very good. 40 degree. Matching. Now if I write angle ACB, angle ACB. Now check. ACB. So this will be FED. Angle FED. Now check. ACB. Where is ACB? And this is FED. So this angle will be equal to this. So by double A similarity, because two angles are given in these triangles, so by double A similarity, triangles are similar. And yes, if by double A similarity triangles are similar, means their side will be in corresponding ratio. So their sides will be in same corresponding ratios. Means the triangle this and this is similar. So if we write AB, if I take side AB, so AB divided by AB by FD will be equal to, if we take BC divided, if we are taking BC, so here will be DE, right? And if we take here AC, so we have to take here FE. This is proved. In congruency, if we prove this triangle is congruent to this, so we take this side equals to this side equals to this corresponding side. But in similarity, if triangles are similar, then we have to write their corresponding side, that will be in same ratio, AB by FD. But you have to take the ratio from this, the last line. Okay, moving to triple S similarity. So what is called triple S similarity, my dear kids? Triple S similarity. So side similarity. Let me show you. If there are two triangles, first triangle is triangle ABC here, right? And another triangle is this PQR, right? There are two triangles. This is of 2 centimeter. This is 1.5 centimeter and this is 3 centimeter. Right, my dear champions? This is 4 centimeter, this is 3 centimeter, and let's say this is 6 centimeter. Now, what does it mean by triple S similarity? Triple S similarity means side. But here, one side of this triangle will not be equal to side of another triangle. No, corresponding ratio. You have to check the ratio. So check AB divided by, if I divide PQ. So AB is 2 centimeter and PQ is what, 4 centimeter. So we are getting 1 by 2. If we divide BC I am taking QR in that triangle. So BC is 1.5 and this is 3. So 1.5 2 times, this is 1 by 2. If we divide AC divided by what, PR. Right, so AC is 3 centimeter, this is 6 centimeter. Wow, again we are getting. So you can see here AB by PQ means the ratio of AB by PQ is equal to the ratio of remaining corresponding sides, BC upon QR, which is equals to AC upon PR. If this situation arises, if this condition comes up, if this kind of situation you saw, it means that this triangle will be similar to this triangle because their corresponding sides are in same ratio. Please, so by triple S similarity, because all the corresponding sides are in same ratio, similarity criteria, we can write triangle ABC is similar to triangle PQR. I hope this is clear to everyone. But make sure you have to write the triangle in proper manner. Very important. I'm writing here ABC because AB, what is the corresponding of AB? This is PQ. So if we take AB, we have to take PQ here, PQ. If we take AC, we have to take PR here. So make sure to write the corresponding sides in proper form. Example, I'm giving you one example here. Look at the example, my dear champs. If this is triangle ABC, this is of 2 centimeter, 1.5 centimeter, and this is here 2.5 centimeter. One more triangle is here. This is PQR. This is of 4 centimeter. This is of let's say this is 5 centimeter. Let's say this is 5 centimeter here. Okay. Let's say this is 5 centimeter and this is here 3 centimeter. Now look, as you can see, if 2 is here, 1.5 and 2.5. So after observing these two triangles and their sides, you all can see the double of 2 is 4, the double of 1.5 is 3, and double of 2.5 is 5. So you have to write the triangles in very, carefully. If we talk about, I'm taking AB. So AB is 2.5. So which number will be suitable for AB? 2.5. This is PR. So AB by PR. We can write here 2.5 and divided by 5, and we can cancel here, we're getting 1 by 2. Now BC, if we are taking BC is 2 centimeter. So which number will be here? PR, PQ, right? And PQ will be what? 2 by 4, and this will be 1 by 2. And similarly, if we take here AC, if you are taking AC, you have to take here AC by QR, and this will be what? 1.5 divided by 3, and this will be 1 by 2. So all are in corresponding ratio, same corresponding ratio are same, so the triangle will be similar. But one very interesting thing is still remaining. Look here, my dear champ, if I write the triangle first as ABC, so we are taking ABC. So if we see here AB, so which side is similar to AB? AB is similar to PR. So you have to write here PR first. And which point is remaining? Q. So you have to mention here Q. Now check whether these are following or not. So AB by PR, very good. If we take BC by RQ, but here BC, this is PQ. If we take BC, the corresponding is RQ. So if we can change this, ABC will be similar to PQR. Now check AB, sorry, what I'm writing there. Look, so we can change here. So AB is similar to what? PR. So we have to write here P. AB is similar to PR. So this will be PR. Right? So, or if I write a Q here, now AB is following the PR, but if we talk about AC is not following. Look, this is RQ, but here AC, this is AC, so this is PQ. This is not following. So we have to change the position. So triangle ABC will be similar to, we can write here RPQ. Now check AB by RPPR, both are same, and look, BC is similar to PQ. Wow, BC is similar to PQ. Now check AC by QR, AC, and here is QR. Yes. So this name is following the situation here. So these two are incorrect. So the triangle name will be this. So triangle ABC is similar to what? Triangle what? RPQ. So this is very important, how you are writing the similar triangles, how you are showing the similar triangle. Whenever you are writing the triangles are similar to each other, you have to be very careful. Please, my dear champ, you have to be very careful. Okay, so this is similar. Okay, one more thing I want to tell you everyone, guys. If the triangles are similar, then let's say this is median here and this is median. So median will also go in same ratio, AM and N. So you can write AB by RP equals to BC by PQ equals to AC by RQ equals to AM upon PN. You can also write. Now moving to point number 4, side angle side similarity. Fourth, side angle side similarity. What does it mean by side angle side similarity criteria? Let me show you guys. Side angle side means, let's say there is a triangle ABC and here is one more triangle. I'm calling this PQR. Right, my dear champ? Let's say AB is 2 centimeter and this is 3.5 centimeter. And here is 4 centimeter and this is 7 centimeter and this angle is equal 30 degree and this is 30 degree. Now look, my dear champs, here AB, if I take AB in this triangle, AB, and if I dividing here, if I divide from PQ, which number we are getting? 2 by 4, 1 by 2, right? And the corresponding side BC I'm taking in first triangle, so QR will be here, QR. This is 3.5 and that is 7 centimeter. So again we are cancelling here, Okay, we are getting 1 by 2. So both the corresponding sides are in same ratio. We can write AB by PQ is equals to BC by QR. But the triangles are similar or not, this is not clear yet because one side is not given. But here the sides we are taking this side and this side, and for this side corresponding side is this, and we are taking this side, and for this side corresponding side will be QR. And between these two sides the angle 30 degrees is equal to here, same condition. Between these corresponding side angle is 30 degree, and here between these two corresponding side angle is 30 degree. If this angle 30 degree will be here, let's say would have been here, so we cannot apply side angle side. The angle must be between the corresponding sides. If you are taking AB by BC equals to PQ by QR, so the angle should be here. Are you getting my point? So here now, and we can write here, and angle ABC equals to angle PQR, right? 30 degree each equal to 30 degree, right? So by side, this is called side angle side criteria. Side angle side, by side angle side similarity criteria, triangle ABC is similar to triangle. If this angle is equal to this, you can write directly. And if you are taking AB upon PQ, BC upon QR, so ABC will be similar to triangle PQR. And once you have shown, you have proved the triangles are similar, now you are free to write the corresponding sides will be in same ratio. So you are free to write this. Now you can write AB by BC equals to what? BC by QR equals to AC by what? PR. Even you can also take the median. If median is here AM, and here in this triangle the median is AN, so you can write the median also. This will be AM and this median will be PN. I hope you have understood. So side angle side criteria. Moving to question number 1 here, my dear kids. Look at the question number 1. So the question number 1 is, look, given, what is given here? Given is PS by PQ, SQ, PS by, here is SQ, okay? PS by SQ, is it clear? PS by SQ is equals to PT by TR. If PS by SQ equals to PT by TR, where is it? Check it. This is PS. I hope this is clear to you guys. This is PS by SQ equals to PT upon TR. Wow, this is BPT. And if this is given to you, this is already given to you, now you can apply converse of BPT. So ST will be parallel to what? QR. And you can mention here, you can write by converse of BPT, using the converse theory of BPT. If this is already given to you, ST parallel to QR, you can write this. But here in this question, the corresponding sides are in same ratio. This is given to you. And by using this information, we can write the converse of BPT. ST will be parallel to QR. And if ST will be parallel, become parallel to QR, means this angle will be equal to this angle. If, let me use red color here. If ST become parallel to QR, means this angle will be equal to this angle, and this angle will be equal to this angle, because they are parallel. So by corresponding angle, right? If this is X here, we can write here X, and if this is Y angle, so this, it has to be Y, because ST is parallel to QR. Okay, I hope you have understood it. So now one more information is given here. I'm writing here given. One more information is given here. Angle PST equals to angle PRQ. We have to show that, we have to prove that PQR is an isosceles triangle, and for isosceles triangle this angle X should be equal to angle Y. Okay, so now what we can do here, look, angle PST will be equal to angle PQR. PST angle will be equal to what? PQR. Why? By corresponding angle. By corresponding angles. Right, my dear champs? And already this is given PST equals to PRQ. So if this is, I'm calling this equation number 1, this is equation number 2. So if PST equals to PRQ and PST has become equal to PQR by corresponding angle, because we have already proved ST is parallel to Q. So from first and second, look, here is PST and here is also PST. So these angle will be equal to it. So angle PRQ will be equals to angle PQR. Now check, where is PRQ? PRQ is equals to PQR. So triangle PQR is an what? Isosceles triangle. Isosceles triangle. I hope you have understood, because what we have proved here, PRQ, this angle is equals to PQR, this angle. So if this angle is equals to this angle, so triangle PQR will be an isosceles triangle. I hope you have understood it. Now moving to question number, oh wow, very powerful question of this chapter. Superb. And this question has already been asked in the year 2023. Look at the diagram, how complex the diagram is. But I'll give you, very easy solution of this question. Look what we have to prove here. The question is, OB is the perpendicular bisector. Very good. Let me draw the diagram. OB is the perpendicular bisector. Very good. So OB, this here means B is the midpoint of D, perpendicular at 90 degree. Perpendicular bisector, the line which divides the side, any side in equal parts at 90 degrees. So this is perpendicular bisector. And FA is, one more information is given here. Look, I am writing here given information first. Given. What is given here? OB is perpendicular bisector of what? This is DE. Okay. And one more information is FA is perpendicular to OB. Very good, Ji. Okay. And FE intersect at point. Let's see. To prove, what is to prove here? To prove. Wow. To prove is 1 by OB. Sorry, 1 by OA first. I have to write OA here. 1 by OA. Okay, 1 by OA plus 1 by OB equals to 2 by O. I think such question, these type of question generally scares the students, and I found so many students found so worried in such question. I know these kind of question troubles student a bit, yeah, but you can solve the question. Let me give you the complete clarity how you can tackle this question here. Look, so my dear kids, what we can do here, we see, you have to focus first. What you have to prove? You have to prove the relationship between OA, OB and OC, and check where is OA. This is OA, this is AB, and this is OC. So everything is just going on OA, OB side. Everything is going on OB side. So OB side is linked with complete triangle and small triangle AC and this triangle. Okay, so let me give you the complete clarity. So first what we can do here, in triangle, look, the triangle OAF. Take triangle OAF, check where is OAF? OAF, and triangle OBD and triangle OBD. In triangle OAF and triangle OBD. My dear kids, in OAF, this is 90 degree here and this is 90 degree because OB is perpendicular bisector. So the smaller triangle OAF and the complete triangle OBD will be similar. Why similar? Let me show you. Angle OAF is equals to angle OBD. Why? Each equal to 90 degree. I hope you all can see here, each equal to 90 degree. And one more thing, this angle is common in both, in a smaller triangle and in bigger triangle. So angle AOF is equal to angle BOD, and we can mention here common. So we have proved, we have shown two angles are equal, and if two angles are equal to each other, so triangle OAF has become similar to OBD, and if two triangles are similar to each other, then their corresponding side will be in same ratio. So we can take OA by OB, complete OB equal to FA. This I'm taking this AF. So if you are taking AF, so what you have to take here? You have to take BD. Where is BD? This is BD. No problem. And call this equation number 1. Keep it with you. See, we are approaching towards our target, because what we have to prove AAB. Yes, ON, OB. Yeah, here is ON, OB. But this is making the thing complex. So let me remove how we can remove this ratio. So now in triangle, I'm giving you the triangle. Let's see the triangle. In triangle FAC and triangle, where is FAC, my dear champs? FAC. So this will be EBC, triangle EBC. Now look, in this triangle, here is 90 degree. So if this is 90, so this will be also 90, this angle, because this is also perpendicular. Look, FA is perpendicular to OB. So FA is perpendicular to AB. So this is 90. So this is also 90. So we can write here angle FAC is equal to angle EBC. And you can mention here each equal to 90 degree. And this angle here, let me show you using red pen. This angle is equals to this angle by vertically opposite angle. So if this angle is equal to this angle FCA, so this will be ECB, angle ECB. Look how I'm writing the angle. Here is FCA, so this will be ECB. So the corresponding position, and we can mention here vertically opposite angles, right? So two angles are equal, and if two angles, as the two angles has become equal to each other, then the triangles will be similar to each other. So triangle FAC is similar to triangle, what, my dear kids? EBC. And if this triangle is similar to this by double A similarity, you can write by double A similarity. You can also mention here, my dear champions, by double A similarity. See, these mentions, these information leaves positive impression on answer sheet examiner. He or she will give you the marks generously, right? So make sure to write the information clearly. So if this similar to this triangle, so what we can write here? Look, my dear champs. So AF, if I write AF, I'm writing AF will be corresponding to BE. Very good, right? And if I write here AC, here is AC, so this will be AC, this will be similar to AC, so this will be BC. I hope this is clear. I'm writing AF, so I'm writing here BE, and I'm writing AC here, so this will be BC. Yes. And now one very important thing, can we write this as AF by BE, and BE is what? BE is this is BE, and you know, my dear champions, you know BE will be equal to DE. Why? Because B is the midpoint. Yes, B is the midpoint. So we can change here, we can change this BE can be written as DB Yeah, or BD, we can also write here BD equals to AC by BC, right? You can mention here B is the midpoint, so DB is equals to BE. That's why I'm replacing this BE as BD, or we can write DB, right? So I'm calling this equation number 2. Look at the equation first situation, and look at the second situation. What is common in both? Look, here is AF by BD, this is AF by BD, and here is also AF by BD. So if this AF by BD is equals to this OA by AB, and this AF by BD is equals to AF upon AC by BC, so from first and second, so from first and second, can we write as what, my dear kids? AC OA divided by OB will be equals to AC divided by BC. We have proved. So I want to tell you one thing, guys. I'm discussing this question with you to prove this, right? But in 2023, in the year 2023, this question is already been asked, but the student had to prove this. Till here, this was the question. Prove OA by OB equals to AC by BC, and this is also critical. So till here, the question is already been asked in the year 2023, but I have made this question a bit complex so that you can have complete clarity of triangle, how you should tackle such questions, such complex question. So now look, my dear champ, now what to do? There is some creativity you have to apply. Now look, my dear, what in proof we are having OA, OB and OC. So this is OA, OB, and we want also OC, but here is no OC. So can we modify this as OA by OB? Can we write AC? AC is what? Let me change this. AC is this. This is AC. So can we write AC as OC minus OA? Yes, we can write here. We can write here OC minus what? OA. Very good. And similarly, my dear champions, this BC, what is BC? BC is this. So can we write this BC, this complete BC? This is BC, my dear champ. This is BC from here to here. So this is OB, complete OB minus OC. So we can write here OB minus OC. So whatever you have to prove in 3 terms: OB, OA and OC. And look, only OB, OA and OC is here. So we are approaching towards the proof. So can we cross multiply? So we can multiply, cross multiplying it. So OA into OB, I'm multiplying this first, minus OA into OC. Right, now multiply this. OB multiply by OC minus OB multiply by OA, right? So can we bring this OB dot OA here this side? We can bring this side, and we can bring this family that side. So what will be the situation? Can I use this space? I want here. I hope this is clear to you, everyone. So let's use the space here. So I'm bringing this one, OB dot A this side. So this will be 2 OA OB. I hope this is clear to you. 1 OA dot OB is here, and this OB dot OA is coming that side. So this will go in positive form. So 1 OAB, 1 OAB, this will be 2 OAB. And this is OB OC, OB dot OC. And I'm pulling this OA OC this side. So this will be plus. Okay, this will go in plus form, OA dot OC. I hope this is clear. So this is 2AB. Okay, now what we can do here, can we take OC as common here? This is OC, or we can also divide this whole family, divide RHS and LHS by what? OA dot OB dot OC. Divide RHS and LHS by OB dot OA dot OC. So 2OA OB divided by OA OB OC equal to this OB dot OC divided by OA dot OB dot OC plus OA dot OC divided by OA dot OB dot OC, right? So OA cancelled by OA, OB cancelled by OC, so this is 2 by OC, and this here OB is cancelled by OB, right? And this OC is cancelled by OC, so we are getting 1 by OA, plus here OA is cancelled by OA and OC is cancelled by OC, so we are getting 0 by. Wow, we have proved. Look what we had to prove. 1 by OA plus 1 by OB, 1 by OA plus 1 by OB equals to 2 by OC, hence proved. Hence proved. This is the level of question. So you have to be ready for such type of question. I think the question is a bit lengthy, tricky, conceptual, but you have to be very ready. I'm looking forward to see you as a topper. You all my student, my dear champions. So let's move to the next chapter. So if you want to take screenshot, you can take, because this is a very important question. This question might come, I think you most probably you can get this question in your any exam, like in upcoming pre-board exam or in your board exam 2026. Take a screenshot of this. Okay.